Hey, what's up, guys? Malt here, and we are back with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Specifically 2, Resolve. We're literally in the middle of something. It's 7:43 a.m. for you. Oh shit, you're like on the other side of the world then, huh? Wait, you have to sleep soon at 7:43 a.m. Were you like up all night? Oh my god, I forgot about this song. This song is so cool. This song is so cool. What the hell are we doing? What evidence is suggested about the case being investigated by the inspector on the day prior to the incident? This? Was he investigating the whole red hair thing? Am I trying to say what he... Okay, I gotta look at chat history. There's no way I'm gonna remember this shit. I understand that. I basically do the same thing. I already know personally I'm gonna be up until like 6 a.m. maybe today. This is a weird place to start. It is. Okay, so what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what was Inspector Gregson doing and where did he go on the day before the incident? Do you know? The inspector always carried out his investigative work alone. His movements were treated as confidential within Scotland Yard, even within the yard. However, considering the evidence we have been presented so far, I'd say it's pretty apparent. It's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing, wouldn't you, my learned friend? I do have a feeling about which case he might have been investigating. Yes, I agree. Surely, my lord, I believe we can explain to the court. I feel like it was the red thing, because of this whole thing, the Red-Headed League. This is suggestive of the case, right? I think so. Boom. Okay, good. You see, I started off good. I believe this red hairpiece points to the answer. We might assume it was all a part of a disguise, used to carry out an undercover investigation. Surely not. Well, such a brightly colored hairpiece would only serve to make the inspector more noticeable. Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd. Except, that is, in a crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League. The meat on the Red-Headed League. So, you'd already worked it out. What on earth is this all about? Is there such an extraordinary league of gentlemen? The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for a grand deception. It's called The Prosecutor Reborn. Yeah, that looks like an Ace Attorney song name. This song is really cool though. I'll probably have to listen to this later, like after I'm done this game, so I can wallow in my nostalgia as usual, like with every other game. It's under investigation for a grand deception. A deception of what nature, Counsel? They've been targeting red-headed men across all of London and tricking them out of small sums of money. 2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact. My lord, the defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once. 2 redheads? Why is that the shocker? Why is that the shocker? Oh yeah, I forgot about the fireworks girl. Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece, so it's very likely that he had a direct contact with these criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events. I concur that we cannot in good conscience leave this new avenue unexplored. Well done, Mr. Naruhodo. It's another possible line of inquiry for us at least. I know who it is. It's the 2 guys, the 2 super French guys, right? The prosecution will make immediate arrangements for the charged men to appear. Bring these 2 Red-Headed League conspirators before me, Prosecutor Asogi. At once, my lord. Very good. We will have a 30-minute recess. Court is adjourned. Boop. Oh wow. I just had to last like 30 more dialogue boxes. I would have had a way better place to stop last stream. Oh well. I was feeling really out of it at that time, so I can't really blame myself, to be honest. Alright, let's save this. Alright, now we're at a good spot for anyone to jump into the stream randomly. 2nd of November, 12:33 p.m. The Old Bailey. Defendant's Antechamber. Oh, there you are, Otto. Let's end the stream. What kept you, my dear fellow? Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Gina. You sure about what you said in there? That the boss, you know, actually died the day before? It's pretty hard to swallow. Yes, I was shocked by the revelation too, Gina. As was I, possibly more shocked than both of you. It's not a competition, Mr. Sholmes. But I was more shocked than all of you put together. This is the autopsy report in question, is it? Yes, it's strange that there's no time of death noted. Death noted? Uh-oh. I suppose a simple explanation, or perhaps it was a deliberate omission. Oh dear, if it was deliberate, it puts me in mind of the last case we worked on, Dr. Scythe. I know. Anyway, it seems that on the day before Lord Van Zeeks discovered... Death Noted. God damn it. There's actually an emote called Death Noted, where it shows him doing this writing thing, but you can see the Death Note in front of him. Maybe I should have just added that. I know. Anyway, it seems that on the day before Lord Van Zeeks discovered his body, Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League, so perhaps something happened with them. Come to think of it... You had trouble with those League men too, didn't you, Mr. Sholmes? You were taken in by their trick. No. Naturally, I wasn't taken in, as you put it. My sleuth-hound interest was merely piqued slightly by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income. And that scent masked the underly... You're home? Welcome home, Taco! And that scent... You literally have missed almost nothing. It's perfect. And that scent masked the underlying scent of deception, I suppose. That was the wrong voice. Yeah, this is actually Greatest Attorney. You're right, Taco. The two criminals in question are the pair we saw being arrested yesterday, aren't they? In Mr. Sholmes' suite, I mean. That's right, Suze. Yay! Taco's home. Yay! That's right, Suze. And it was me what took him in. Thanks to a tip-off by a good law-abiding citizen. Indeed, yours truly. So it's going to be that pair in the witness stand next, is it? Now you're gonna leave the shower? Oh. Something doesn't quite make sense to me, though. The day before Inspector Gregson was found, you hadn't had trouble with the Red-Headed League yet, had you? Why would the inspector have been investigating them? Well, the likely explanation would be that Gregson's own sleuth-hound interest was piqued by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income. Don't tar him with the same brush as you, Sholmes. Got it. Nailed it. Yes, well... Then there's the whole issue of Inspector Gregson being investigated by Lord Van Zeeks for some reason. The Reaper, the Red-Headed League, Inspector Gregson, Lord Van Zeeks, and Kazuma. I feel as though he knew he'd arrive at this point somehow. Gosh, I think you're right. What's he really trying to achieve here today? All the answers will soon be revealed. Observe the time, my dear fellow. This recess will be over shortly. Yeah, that's how I feel every time I have a 30-minute lunch at work. Yes, you're right. Kazuma was determined that he should be the one to prosecute this trial. And he was determined that I should take the defense. Just what is it that he's hoping to make me see, I wonder? True. Wait, you're still here? I get the feeling that we're a long way from the end of this trial yet. Are you ready then, Mr. Sato? Yes! Dun, 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 dun. Okay. ADHD, by the way? Yo, that's a whole ass mood. Every time I say, I'm gonna go do something, and I just don't. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the closed court hearing of Barak Van Zeeks. here present, who stands accused of murder. Now then, Prosecutor Asogi. My lord. Have you summoned the witnesses as requested? Oh god, hiccups. It's an awesome theme, though? Are you talking about his Cosma theme, or you mean this theme right now? The two members of the Red-Headed League, who planned and carried out the deception, they arrived not long ago from the local prison by police carriage. Very well. I mean, very good. Very good. Bailiff, usher the two men into the courtroom. These two men are currently being held by the police on suspicion of attempted extortion. You may admit your occupations, but state your names now for the court. I am Fabien de Russo. Fabien de Russo. Fabien de Russo? I don't know if that's a joke. De Russo? Fabien de Russo. De Rousseau. Fabien de Rousseau. Okay, I'll stop. A descendant of the great de Russo family from Nice. En France. I think it's Nice. I don't remember anymore how to say that. And my name is Peppino de Rossi. I am the third son of the great Familia de Rossi, the landowners from Napoli. Oh, so this guy's Italian. So I guess I'm actually saying it right, even though his fucking accent is... Pretty sure that's not how they talk. That chick with spaghetti? That's actually not a... It's fine. It's fine. It's 2021. The two men first became acquainted at a boarding school for the European nobility. Those who graduate from Tem seek as the future leaders of Europe. Oh, that was not a French accent. That is not a French accent. Okay? But do you have any idea how boring it is to be born with noble blood? Alors, I make it my mission to get the better of the world by employing the little grey cells of my brain. That is all I am trying to do, huh? Yep, butter. Yep, Mondo. Oops. Anyways, so that's the only reason for this whole grand deception you've been carrying out. Oui, you could say that. Not bad, eh? He has the grand ideals, but the petty plans. This strange combination is a charm of the hilarious brothers. Hilarious. Good one. See, capo? ... in French. Listen to me, Peppino. I have two things to say to you. Eh, che? Are you about to tell me one of your grand anecdotes? Evviva! Firstly, I want you to stop calling me this capo. And secondly, we are not the hilarious brothers. This is serious business. Shabello, there it is, the capo's trump card. The furrowed brow. It is deep, huh, capo? The furrow and the meaning of your words. The court has been led to believe that under the banner of the Red-Headed League, you have conspired to swindle money from unsuspecting members of the public. Is this true? Oui, c'est ça. And what exactly was the nature of this deception by which you planned to defraud? Alors, I will explain it. No, capo. Leave it to me, to me. Mario. As you see, we both have the vivid red hair, no? At school, we were teased for this without pity. The capo here, he was many times behind the schoolhouse crying like the Trevi fountain. Where those dogs? One day the world will respect the redheads. Every night he would bury his head in his pillow, and we put. Bien, Peppino, enough. I will explain the rest. The first step was the newspaper advertisement. I don't know how he said that, but about 1 week before the plan was put into operation, we listed the same notice in every paper in London. Yes, we saw that notice. It was this one, I believe, entitled To the Red-Headed League. Oui, c'est ça. I'm honored that you have seen it. It states that the only condition for joining the League is having flame-colored hair, and that if you satisfy the interview panel and are admitted into the League, you could receive a weekly income of £4. On the date specified, red-headed hopefuls gathered in droves at a park specified in the advertisement. And from each person present, this pair took an application fee of 5 shillings. And with the money to France. It was a plan most elegant, no? No, it was most dishonorable. But to be frank, I'm stunned anybody was foolish enough to be taken in by such an obvious trick. The park was described by one witness as choked with red-headed folk, like a coster's orange barrow. What? What the fuck did I just read? I don't even know what I just said. And the day on which all these men gathered to apply was the day before the victim was discovered. Crucially, these two men spoke face-to-face with every single person present that day. Oui, I've seen more red-headed people in one day than I will see in the rest of my life. See, and then now, every time I see the couple's hair, I feel sick to my stomach. I love this already. It's so fun to see everyone's reactions to this game, and I've seen a lot of people play this game from the beginning to the end, and it also just gives you an excuse to watch TGA again. I'm glad to hear that. I don't know what's about to happen, but you seem very excited. Anyway, why have we been summoned here today? Sorry? The date for our trial was not until tomorrow, I was told. Naturally, neither of these men have been told any details about this trial. They've only been shown this photograph. Very good. Very good. So, Mr. De Rosso and Mr. De Rossi, you will now give your formal testimony for the court on the subject of the gentleman pictured in this photograph. Of course, we are always ready to help with the law. Yeah? And also taking money from the law. With more than 1,000 red-headed people assembled in the park on Lime Street that day. But I don't recall the man in this photograph. Eh, capo? No, I don't remember him. Obviously he is dead now, but I assure you, he was not in the park. Allora, this victim has nothing to do with us. You have a lot to answer for, Peppino. It is your fault that we got caught in the first place. Well, I don't think I need to worry about that last statement. You've given sworn testimony that this man in the photograph was not present. Can you be certain? Oui, I am quite certain. We did not interview this man. Nobody looking like this came to the park, this I can promise. It must be noted that you had been arrested for a grand deception, however. Oh, accordingly, this court has little confidence in your assurances. Far with this attitude. We get nowhere, huh? He really is. He's really a sulking now. How do I do this? I gotta do him doing an accent, trying to do another accent in his head. Okay. So he would be like, he's really a sulking now. He's really a sulking now. I don't fucking... Dude, that's too hard. That was like so many accents. Alright. This confidential document was obtained directly from Scotland Yard. It records an entry from Inspector's private diary dated the day before the incident. It reads, Lime Street, Red-Headed League, undercover. I have the answer. Maybe there was another similar event in the park on the day in question, eh? That is ridiculous. There's no question that Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League. Which means it's quite possible that that's when he was killed. Very well, the defense may proceed with the cross-examination now. Ah, yes, my lord. Okay, the man in the photograph! I got all my lives again! We had more than 1,000 I should probably just press everything, huh? Hold it! Hold it! 1,000 people. That's a very big crowd. It was quite a spectacle. Redheads come from all over the capital. Damn hiccups. See, the capo here, he has the magnetismo animal, eh? Nobody else could attract so many people. If I could be born again, I would be the capo. All those people wanted was the money, Peppino. The 4 pounds per week. Are you suggesting that you spoke personally with all 1,000 applicants? Oui, that we did, because every one of them paid us 5 shillings. We take the names and we take the money, and then we take their addresses too. And then I tell them we take some days to let them know by a post. E finito. Maybe 2 minuti a person. Bro, I can't. I'm going too high up with the fucking accent. I can't. I'm just losing my pitch. We start early in the morning and then we stop late in the night. So you earned 5,000 shillings in one day. That's a small fortune. Full on Italian we go. Who'd have thought there were such a 1,000 such gullible redheads in London to start with? One of whom was a great detective with chemically altered hair. But I don't recall the man in this photograph. Eh, capo?
Hold it!
He doesn't look familiar at all? No, I don't think so, and this is a wig, eh? He was trying to trick us. I do not like the people who are trying to trick the other people. Says the con artist. Between them, they interviewed 1,000 people with red hair. It would be unreasonable to expect them to remember every face. No, senor. I may be small, but my memory is very large. I'd never forget a thing. In my opinion, I do not think this man was in the park. But he's not going to give the court a definite, it seems. Hey, Capo, you didn't see a man like this, huh? No, I don't remember him. And obviously he is dead now, but I assure you he was not in the park. Oh yeah?
Hold it!
Hold it. But according to what you've said, you spoke with 1,000 or more people that day. Oui, that's true. My eyes were burning by the end of the day. Surely then you can't actually remember every single face. How are you so certain that this particular man wasn't present? Normally the redhead is very distinctive, eh? But not when you have 1,000 redheads crowding around, then it's just an eyesore. But if there was some other information you could give us, maybe we would recall. That is not the line, Peppino. Remember, we do not remember him. We are sure of that fact, huh? If there was a man with a red hairpiece, but his mustache did not match the color, then I do not think I could have forgotten him. Cosimo said these two had only been shown that photograph and they'd been told nothing else at all. What if I fed them just one other detail about the victim? For example, his fish and chips? Wait. Yes. I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember in this situation. But what if I told you that the man was always munching on a packet of fish and chips? Do you remember a man who was eating incessantly? Not really. I was looking only at the ads of the opposite either. I wouldn't have noticed the fish and chips any more than the caviar and the smoked salmon. Or the spaghetti! Me, I love the spaghetti! Really, I had no idea. Tells him again what you said before, Peppino. Si, Capo, si. I say it again and again. Allora, the victim is nothing to do with us. I'm gonna say this is probably what I need to object to, but...
Hold it!
We only have your word for that. See, but what else can we do, huh? True. Uffa, we are not having much fun these days. First we are arrested, then we are shown the horrible picture of a dead man. And now you question every single thing we say. We are the victims here. Hey, Capo? No, you were caught carrying out a plot to swindle hundreds of innocent people. You had to bring that up, eh? It's not fair.
No.
Hey, Capo? No. Hold on once for Peppino. It's your fault that we got caught in the first place. Hold on.
Hold it!
What do you mean by that? Cavolo, you promised not to say, eh, Capo? After we had taken all the money that day, we should have left the country. That was my plan. I left the purchasing of the tickets for the ferry to Dunkirk on my companion here. But he bought them for the wrong day. Oops. See, but it is an easy mistake to make, huh? The 31st. Bye, Angela Red Rain. Sleep well. Sleep the day away. I definitely remember doing that a lot. Boof, I have no sympathy for you. You'll get no sympathy from me. We were an all day late for the boat because of your stupidity. It's only because of this that the so-called Capo, you know what I think? This is the work of God. It's a holy punishment, eh? Peppino, for the last time. This is not only punishment. This is only your fault. Don't blame God for your unholy mistakes. You're making me sick with anger. That was the wrong accent, too. Maybe I make a mistake, but when it's time to eat the pasta, no one is a fasta. Yeah, this guy has the bars. And I've seen evidence. They haven't told us much we didn't already know. What do you think, Miss Naruto? Well, if it was in the inspector's diary, it seems likely that he must have gone to Lime Street that day. And yet, these two both claim they didn't see him. I have to say, they don't appear to be telling lies. Well, they are experts in deception, don't forget. Sounds planning plausible as their specialty. They may be lying simply to avoid being implicated in the case as well. Surely if they were truly experts in deception, they wouldn't have been caught. Well, yes, you do have a point there. Seems to me we need more information. Well, I guess I better try something that isn't fish and chips. Hold on. Let me go press that statement again. Was it this statement? Which one was it that we asked about? I think it was the middle one, right?
Hold it!
Hold it. His profession! I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember in this situation. What if I told you the man in the red hairpiece was actually a detective? Is the man in the photograph a detective? Yes. It would appear that he found your notice in the paper suspicious and decided to investigate incognito. Sorry, but this changes nothing. Oh, but this changes something! Oh, no.
Excuse me.
Something to add, Mr. De Rossi? Sure. See, I'm always adding a something. Parmesan, olive oil, pepper. What I mean is, did you not agree with your friend's last remark by any chance? What did he say, What did he just say about the detective? Yes, that. Keep your mouth shut, Peppino. You have said already enough. But why, Capo? What is the problem? There was a man who said, I am an inspector from Scotland Yard. What? Good Lord. Order, order, dar, order, dar, 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 dar. Explain this volte-face in your testimony, witness. It's simple. The man who was there was no such man. I didn't even get to read any of that. Madai, what are you saying, Capo? Have you forgotten, I have forgotten nothing. Nobody likes this came to the park. Basta, Capo, basta. You beat me at many things, but not two. The memory and the meals. Like I said, when is the time to eat the pasta? No one else is a fasta. But you're inferior to me in every other way.
Objection!
The damage is done. This means too late. I actually remember stuff. Hi, Geek Queen! Hey guys, hope all's good. All's pretty good. I'm excited. Thursday's my last work day of the week, so I get to chill after. We're playing some Great Ace Attorney on a good chapter. Also, what just got interrupted? But you were inferior to me in every other way, so shut up. And then objection. And both the prosecution and the defense objected to well, I don't get it. I don't really get what's happening. Indeed it is, sir. There was a man who came to the park and said he said he was an inspector from Scotland Yard. However, he looked nothing like the man in the photograph. It was someone else. How can you be so sure? Because, to start with, his face was completely different. Different? See, it is true, it's true. The man who came was a younger. His face was a clean shaven, and his eyes were sadder. His chin was thinner. No resemblance whatsoever then. Wait! Wait! I know who that is. Is this a man? He's talking about this man. No resemblance whatsoever then. Anyway, I was not going to be fooled. I took the obvious precaution and said to him, if you are really a detective, show us the proof. See, the capo here, he doesn't take a no-nonsense, eh? But he was well prepared. He said he had an identification. Identification? You mean official police... Oh, maybe I should have used the name. You mean official police inspector identification? It is most unconvincing. Sorry, my lord. Counsel, no incognito inspector would ever offer his identification for inspection. That's quite out of the question. Definitely. Why would he expose his true identity? Clearly, the papers were fake. Certo, capo, you're a genius. As we say in Italia, it takes a thief to recognize another, eh? And what happened after he announced that he was a detective? He became very annoying. He said, you are under investigation. That is the wrong voice. So I took his papers from him and chased him out of the park. It was fantastico, and look, here is the identification. So you stole it from the man. He had it coming. He made us very scared. But he was not who he said he was. Indeed, the person described does not appear to have the behavior the true inspector would. However, I believe it would be prudent for these identification papers to be entered into evidence. But I like them. Wait, this is going to be really important, guys. Now, let's return to the witness's testimony. Hold on. Shut up. I want to look at my new present. Literally. That's why there's a present button here, because he gave it to me as a present. Get it, guys? Alright, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? Well, I suppose we should see what this inspector's identification looks like inside. Yep, that's words.
Yes!
Hi, Henry. Yes, it definitely looks fake, doesn't it? Out of interest, what name is given? Probably just something plucked out of the air. It's Tobias Gregson. Wait, what? This Scotland Yard insignia. Looks genuine to me. But how? And the department identification number details are all correct as well. Toby! Fly! Since when have you known those? Do you mean to say... I know it seems incredible, but yes. I think this is a genuine identification book issued by Scotland Yard. But that's unbelievable. This is the real thing after all? Wait. Is my random theory from last stream going to be correct? Is that what's about to happen right now? The victim is nothing to do with us. Oh yeah? Objection, bitch. Also, are you back, Taco? Hold on.
Hold it!
I know why. Nothing. I'm just asking. We're about to get a pretty big reveal. It feels like, though. let me try the name one and see what happens. I can certainly appreciate you talking shit. No, I would never talk shit. Don't tell her. I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair would help you remember the situation. What if I told you that the man's name was Gregson? The man in the photograph is Monsieur Gregson? Yes. Names, they are boring. I didn't listen to any of them. Oh. It was not a real interview, huh? It was just a photo show. Why do I remember the names? How is no one reacting to this one? That's right, this changes nothing. Oh, I guess because he didn't add any names to his memory, so it would have always been the freaking detective part. The man as a photograph was not there, as we have already said. I see. It seems there's little info to be gained from pursuing this point further. Tells them again what you said before, Peppino. Si, capo. I have fork. Holds up spork. Okay. So it doesn't matter. I already got what I needed from that statement. So I'm going to object to this because this is the only statement that I can object to that makes sense to me. Nothing to do with you guys? Yeah, but you met him 100%, bro. See, look, I'm gonna take a penalty, aren't I? I'm definitely taking a penalty for this shit.
Objection.
Never mind, we're good. I wonder if I could ask you to examine this identification book very closely. Miss Lestrade? Why Miss Lestrade? What's your intention here, Counsel? Is this really a fake or is it genuine? That's the question. But we can't answer ourselves.
Objection!
Don't be ridiculous. No Scotland Yard detective would allow his or her identification to be stolen. That is the boss's, no question about it. It can't be. As I suspected. The undercover detective who attended Red-Headed League's enrollment on the day in question was the real Inspector Gregson, carrying out an incognito investigation. Shoot the laws! Oh. Order. But I've been watching too much Randomizer. But if the boss had his identification stolen, he would have reported it straight away. I mean, he was always on at me about it. If you lose Summit, report it at once, he'd say. Could it be then? The inspector was physically unable to report it? Because he was dead? Physically. Hey, what are you saying? Unable to... You're not suggesting... Yes, it's quite possible that he was killed before he had a chance to report his identification stolen. No! Oh my god. Hold on. What else can I say? Order. The defense posits that the victim was killed the day before his body was discovered at a different location. Do you two have anything to say about that? Where? I know nothing. Where? I don't know nothing. Where? We'll just have to get the Peppino. Mon Dieu! That means my god. You can behave a little more like a master criminal than that, no? You fell over. Where? Now I wish I had a return to Italia. Where? Stop crying, Peppino, please. Otherwise Lumi, stop your whining and start talking. Well, I believe the court will need to hear your story in a greater detail. I know nothing. Away! I don't know nothing. Away! But you will tell everything, or face the worst possible outcome. Showing off my fiances. My fiances. You'll dry your eyes and testify again about these identification papers and the precise circumstances in which you came by them. Where? For crying out loud. Bro, Ryunosuke is actually kind of a pun god, I gotta say. I mean, he's been doing it the whole fucking game, but it's funny every time. Alright, the detective and the identification. The truth is, we took him prisoner and kept him for the night at a secret hideout. Even though I didn't think he was a real detective, I was too scared to let him go that day, just in case. We took the man's identification from him and shut him up in the room next 2 hours. There might have been a little tussle, but we did him no harm. And the next morning we let him go. He spent the night in a nice room, and it was nothing like prisoner, really. Where? Wow, these guys really fucking threw him in a fucking house. I mean, a room, and they imprisoned the fucking guy, bro. Hold up, that's big, if true. This is outrageous. You imprisoned the man, but no, cease, no. It was not like a prison. He was very comfortable and calm and happy. Eh, capo? It was never part of my plan. I swear it. So you think it was my fault, eh? Just because I got a date at the ferry wrong? By 1 little day? I do not think it was your fault, Peppino. I know it. No. Por favor, capo. Is it not fair? You shall have plenty of time for squabbling back at the prison, gentlemen. Oof! Oof! I don't believe this. How could I have been the real detective? Counsel for the defense. Proceed with the cross-examination. So on the day before the incident, Gregson spent the night confined in this pair's hideout. Where? I mean, that sounds like a good time to me. Alright, never mind. Anyways, the truth is, we took him prisoner and kept him for the night in a secret hideout.
Hold it!
Yeah, well, does it? Do you realize what you're saying? You have to believe me, I never intended for that to happen. I am sure that the detective did not intend it either. Care to elaborate? No. Do you think... But there was nothing else I can do. See, nothing else. This was the first crime for the capo. He was at the end of the bar. Mamma mia, Peteroni! If I had a P.O. box? Lol? What would you do if I had a P.O. box? I'm confused and concerned. I have told you before, Peppino. That's not the you just... the troll gifts you put in. Why do you need a P.O. box to do that? Of all people. In this chat. That's not shut. Alright. I have told you before, Peppino, that is not the way to describe a criminal mastermind. And because anonymous? Bro, it's not, you just said who would be saying it. If you really, you could literally just use my work locker as your, actually, no, why am I teaching you ways to give me troll gifts? No, don't even worry about it. What about this hideout of yours? An old empty house behind the park on Lime Street. Throw the gift at him from afar and hide? That could be really bad depending on whatever the hell the troll... I already know at this point, if I ever get a random troll gift in real life, it's gonna be you, Taco, okay? Alright? Because I don't really have anyone else who talks to me that frequently. We rented the place for 2 days. It was an inspired idea by the capo here. An impulsive idea, I would say. No, not impulsive. Inspired, eh, capo? Good talk. Well, what else was there to add in that fucking talk? I don't even know. What am I supposed to say to that, Peppino? It was in the house described that you couldn't find Inspector Gregson, was it? Why does this guy have like a stomach ache like half the time? But you have to remember, I was under the impression that he was a pretender, not a real inspector. Doesn't make it better, man. Doesn't quite add up though. If you didn't think the man was a real inspector, there would have been no reason to take him prisoner, would there? No, you're right, but we couldn't be completely certain. Certain? Even though I didn't think he was a real detective, I was too scared to let him go that day, just in case. Give me what now? You know how weird... Nah, it seems like it... Nah, it's just... No, you just gotta own it. You just gotta own it, Taco. Just like show up. Yo, here you go. And I'll be like, yo, thanks. And then... that's it. No. Wait. Just be bold about it. Here's the thing you were asking for. Oh, thanks. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And everyone was like, oh yeah, look at that normal ass transaction, huh? Even though I didn't think he was a real detective, I was too scared to let him go that day, just in case. Hold it! Too scared? Why? Because, yeah. What am I saying? Parsku. Why Adi comes to the park? We didn't know. There was a chance that he had seen through my plan. And if that wasn't the case, he would go straight to the police station to blow a whistle on us. Even if he was just feigning to be an inspector, he was up to no good, huh? Without a doubt. I think most people would agree. But that it's you two who were up to no good, started making trouble in the neighborhood. You got in one little fight and your mom got scared. Well, see, but you may be right. Eh, capo? The point is, we were not able to escape from England immediately. That is why we had no choice but to take the man prisoner. What I don't understand is, why the inspector felt the need to show you his identification in the first place. See, I ask myself. Ace Attorney already made that joke? Oh yeah, they did, right? I actually like faintly remember, but I don't remember where exactly. I asked myself the same question. We were writing down the names and addresses of all the people who we took 5 shillings from that day. I had forgotten what name he said, but the address, it startled me. CC address Scotland Yard Homicide Division, it said. It was a clown? Oh, okay, so it was fucking... Was that like case 2 or 3 of the second game? I hated that case, but also I kind of liked it at the same time. But also, I feel like most of the second game was kind of forgettable. He probably didn't like your face, Peppino. Anyway, I was not rude. I just politely asked him why he had said it. And that's when he started to say he was an inspector. Not long afterwards, he took out his identification. I not in my word. What was Inspector Gregson playing at? Tell the court what happened next. You took him back to your hideout, you say. See, we did that. We took the man's identification from him and shut him up in the new room after hours. Hold it! That being said, that being this identification book here, right? Correct? See, that is the one. Because you're Von Karma? Oh, you mean like the other Von Karma? What made you believe that it was a forgery? I've never seen a real one, of course. But he was so sus, this man. Allora, I was thinking it must be falso, eh, capo? Oui, it is just as Peppino has said. We were convinced it was not genuine. And so together the hilarious brothers we took the man captive. They just put fish and chips under a box with a stick. And he was like, "Oi, is that there some fish and chips?" And then that's it. The rest was history. All we did was shove him inside a locker room. Then we made preparations to transport all the money. In for a penny, in for a pound. There might have been a little tussle, but we did him no harm. In the morning we let him go.
Hold it!
What do you mean by a little tussle exactly? You know, a little kerfuffle. You know, a little ram-dam-doodle. You know, a little fisticuffs, a little whack-a-mole. You know what I'm saying? A little box-a-dude. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Renosuke? Buffy was nothing, just a minor accident. The also Inspector. Shut up, Chocobo. The also Inspector. He was a real piece of the work, eh, Capo? I'm too tired to rant. A little tiddle diddle. Oh, God. Oh, God. I gotta relax. Also, hi, Killer. I need to relax. What happened? It was a disaster. We gave him a nice room, and what does he do? In the middle of the night, he tries to escape through the ventilator. Can you blame him? We chased him bien soon, and we caught him again. Can you blame us? Wait, you didn't shoot the man in your haste, did you? Shoot, who do you think we are? Of course not. I simply caught hold of him again and took him back to the room. Uh-oh. Hold it! How do you say hold it in French? Or excuse me in French? I forgot to say excuse me in... Oh, it's literally excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. Mr. Rossi, something wrong? Hey, me? I'm such an idiot. Look, okay, Taco, look. You say fuck you in French? I'm not French! Je ne parle pas de français! Something. Something Mr. Rosa just said seemed to make you, well, it seems to make you act even more strangely than usual. What was that all about? Cavolo, at times I like... Cavolo. At times like that, you don't want to have the capo after you, believe me. And I speak from personal experience. Personal experience? That is enough, Peppino. There is no need to say more. The truth is, the night before we put the Red-Headed League plan into action, I was scared. It was not fair to the capo, but I tried to run away.
Yeah, this is a really bad.
There's no ads playing! Okay? It's a shame we didn't manage it. But the capo here, he came after me like the turbine, And he dragged me back to the house, kicking and screaming. And I still have the bruises to prove it, eh, capo? Bruises, you say? Ah, you want to see, huh? You want to see my fantastico bruises. That's enough now, Peppino. No one wants to look at any part of you. What to do, I show you or I don't. I show you or I don't. You do, now. Allora, if everyone wants to see, then I do it. Can I read fan fiction like this, please? I mean, if that's your idea of a good time, I guess. Echo, you see, it's still very visible, eh? Wait. Wait, I gotta go back and look at this again. Yeah, I got bruises. Wait, aren't these the same bruises that one guy had? With the lips? You know, you guys know what I'm talking about? Didn't that guy with the lips have a... Why is this man just walking around strangling everyone? Why is everyone getting strangled? This is a kinky-ass corner of the neighborhood. A red ring around your neck? You got that when you were dragged back to the house. Seize the capo. Sometimes he's very rough. I said that's enough. Peppino's neck is nothing to do with what we are talking about here. You have my word. Yeah, your word's not very good. Yes. What is your opinion, Counsel? About this red ring around... Wait, maybe Mr. DeRosie is actually an original Xbox. Or an Xbox 360. It's important. Mr. DeRosie, I'm going to have to ask you to amend your testimony with details about that mark on your neck. Eh, Capo? You see? Everyone is interested in what I say, huh? Weren't you literally saying it wouldn't be that bad? Shut up! That's nothing to do with being Yeah, that's nothing to do with being choked, okay? Wait, he's dead? Who's dead? Wait, what? Am I forgetting something here? Who's dead? Alright. I didn't even kink shame. I just said it was I just made a statement that this corner of the neighborhood is kinky. That's not kink shaming. You guys don't even know what the hell kink shaming is. Wait, he's dead? Oh wait, red ring on Xbox. Okay, never mind. TC, if you shut up, Choco. CC, if you really want to know. Dude, you guys see the jiggle physics on his cheeks? And not those ones. He tried to escape, but the capo put he tried to escape, but the capo put the collar on him and dragged him back, and like what he did to do to me, you see? Wait, so the capo's the one strangling everybody in the neighborhood? He's a child? Who's a child? This guy's a child? I don't remember. Did he just say he was a child? I guess I can literally just check. I can't because I'm on present. God damn it. See what he did do to me. Mom is a child. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just press this again.
Hold it!
Are you saying that red mark was caused by... See, a big collar made from a leather. A leather collar? Is this true, Mr. DeRusso? DeRusso? What? We had a Saint Bernard... What? We had a Saint Bernard at home when I was younger. Wait a minute, this guy... Oh... I guess... Huh. Alright, then. I really don't know where this is going. I don't know what to expect. It is a souvenir from that time with a very strong chain. A strong chain? And you put that around your friend's neck. I'm sorry. I was so angry that he was leaving me alone. It's not out to tie the chain to a leg of the bed, though, eh? I would have not tried to run away again. You didn't do that to Inspector Gregson as well, did you? Treated the people are equal, huh? He's a capo's here motto, eh? Starting to sound a lot more like a prison after all of a sudden. The capo is a tough, but the capo is a rough. And the capo is a stuff. And the capo is a fluff. And the capo is also a... had enough. Oh, I shouldn't have done it. So, the following morning when you released the inspector, he had the red ring around his neck just like a me. Peppino, s'il vous plaît, leave it now. This means please. Now you know, huh? The capo here, you don't want to tangle with him, eh? But for the inspector, it's not so bad. This just reminded me of when my brother handcuffed me to a door when I was like 5 because I was annoying him. That sounds horrible. How did he find handcuffs small enough? He spent the night in a nice room. It was nothing like prison, really. Ooh, Okay, hold on. What am I supposed to do with this information? I don't understand. Do I have anything about red rings in here? Does he have a red ring on his neck? No? Okay. I mean, I know that one guy had a red ring, but like, he's not a person. Wait, hold on. This doesn't help either. What do I do? I don't know what to do with this information. Alright, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna press this last statement first.
Hold it!
You took away the man's freedom. However comfortable you make it sound, you're still holding him prisoner. If you say that, then I say this. There's something that takes away our freedom too. The lack of money. So we are the prisoners as well, huh? All of us. Huh? Oh shit, this guy just got philosophy, bro. No money, no freedom, this is the truth. It makes me mad, and it makes me sad, and it makes me not very glad. And it's not all that rad, honestly. Maybe I should kick back just a tad. This is not a fad, I swear. I just want to be a dad. Okay. Well, if you feel so disenfranchised, take money to court. Though it'll cost you, of course. Ufaha, there you have it. You see, that is why we need the Red-Headed League. To fight for the justice. The Justice League, if you will. Also makes me want to go to my pad. You know, it's pretty damn rad, though. Radical 6. What is... I don't know what that is. I feel like I probably shouldn't. Perhaps he has a point. No, Mr. Naruto. Oh, no. He's being convinced! From Zero Escape? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are we getting spoilers before I even play the fucking game? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay? Because we're going to be playing all through the Zero Escape series in 2022. It's not an empty promise. I've only played the first game in a long time ago, and I'm missing a lot of info. I'm planning to play the entire trilogy in 2022. I don't remember any. Like, I don't want to remember anything. I want it to be blind again because I want to be replaying 999. All we did was to give the man a comfortable place to sleep for the night. And you say it was a prison, huh? Huh? Perhaps he has a point again. No, again, Mr. Naruto. You should have heard him snoring. But Madai, if anyone was disturbed, it was us. Wait, you are? Wait, you guys didn't know? I thought maybe I haven't mentioned this enough before? Yeah, I'm planning to play through the entire trilogy of Zero Escape next year. I was probably going to start it after Trails Chapter 2, actually. But we're not doing Trails Chapter 2 until I do an Awkward Enough Time randomizer run. Because I really, really want to do that. I really want to do that. And I'm so excited. Not much to go on, really. Your testimony does make me wonder, you know. What does pocket watch belonging to the inspector? I mean. Ah, yes. The one he treasured so much, apparently. Who here has played Zero Escape, or is actually excited in watching me play? I guess those are two different questions. As if he was confined but not restrained, as the witnesses are implying. He would still have been able to wind his watch. That's very true, yes. So did Inspector Gregson actually die while he was being held captive by these redheads? In which case, is it possible that these two young men are responsible for his... To be honest, I find that hard to believe. He's trying to find out exactly what happened. Never seen anything about it? From what I have experienced about it, it's of my opinion that if you guys like storylines similar to World's End Club / Danganronpa, you'd probably find it intriguing. And if anyone of you guys remember the yeah, I guess I shouldn't mention it. You know what? If you guys like have played escape room games, it's basically an escape room kind of game. That's what the main gameplay tends to be. is trying to solve an escape room several times in a row. Very wise, Mr. Naruto, yes. And it has a really interesting story. At least the story, I was very intrigued by the first game. There's 2 other games in the technical trilogy. I don't know how they're connected though. The truth is, we took him prisoner and kept him for the night at our secret hideout. Okay, hold on. So this is the new statement we got. But how the fuck do we use this statement? Is this girl choked? Did they choke this girl too? I don't see a red ring. Yo, what? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to use this cock? It's like stuck on 5 o'clock, right? Did they mention when did they mention like when he did anything? Flip a coin? Bro, I still don't have a coin. I actually don't have, it's very upsetting. I'm honestly very upset about it still. Feels bad, man. Flip myself then? Okay, fine. I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it for you, alright? Okay. God. Wait. Can I even do this? I don't even know if I can do this. This might be a huge waste of time. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh wait, hold on. Wait. Does this work? Hey! Wee! What a flip! You guys want to see me do a somersault? You guys want to see me do a somersault? Check this out. I can't spam it though because there's no shortcut for it, which is really annoying. Look, I can do a somersault. You ready? Check this out. Check this out. Oh shit! My background has been revealed. Oh no! Oh! I'm doing it! I'm somersaulting! Oh my god! Whoa! What the fuck? Wait, nah, don't worry, we cool. There's nothing to see there. There's no hidden content, trust. What, do you recognize that one? That was and the flip was better? Yeah, you're probably right. What else do I have here? Oh, I can do this. Look, I can mess up everybody's brains. You guys ready? You guys ready? Look at this. Who even am I? Who even am I? Am I the same person? I don't know. Look, I'm actually looking at chat now whenever I look at chat. Hey, chat. How's it going? Yeah? What's up, chat? Alright. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. You hate it? I'm clam. Anyways, back to this. Hi, Jeff. Hiya!
Objection!
Oh. I don't know why I did that! You say it's undeniable, Counsel, but I fail to see any contradiction here at all. I think perhaps that itself is the contradiction. Indeed. Time for a rethink. Ray Sotlum. Ray Sotlum. Ray Sotlum. What do I do? Ooh. Ooh. Wait. Wait. didn't help me at all. That didn't help me at all. Guys, I don't understand what to do. I am very confused. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm doing. I do not get it. I am very stuck. I do not know. I don't know what I need to do. I don't want to press everything because I already did that and it's a waste of time. What do I do? What do I do? I don't know what to do. What do I do? I don't know do. I don't know do. What do I do? I don't know what to do and I'm very confused and I hate the situation that I'm in right now. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm just confused. I don't know what to do. I am looking through my evidence. Nothing in here to square one. I don't know what to. I don't know what to do. Just true? Something? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Bro, what am I supposed to do? Okay, there's a new statement. Does that always mean I need to present something on that new statement? Because all this is the same shit. But this is really important. What do I do? What do I do? Let's see. Let me read this real quick. Ah, yes. Yes, it makes a lot of sense. I should eat water. Why is that gift so funny to me? Alright. Is there anything over here about choking people with collars? Is that in here somewhere? Let's see here. Any like kink articles? No? Alright. Anyone in this photo look like they're being choked at by a collar? Oh, his tie's on pretty tight. In my search history? Nah, that's not in my search history. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I forgot. There we go. That's good content right there. Does this bulletin board look choked? Should I read the bulletin board? I never actually read it because I was too lazy. I'll read it this time. There are details of a whole raft of cases dating back to years on here, aren't there? This paper from 10 years ago is browning with age. Look. Out of interest, the most recent thing appears to be this newspaper cutting here. Oh, it's the same Red-Headed League advertisement that Mr. Sholmes had picked out. And do you remember there was that red hair piece at the scene too? Was Inspector Gregson an exponent of the Red-Headed League then? I never read that. Not that it really helped much, honestly, because I figured that out without reading that. This is the gunshot sound. I can't do anything with this photo. I can't do anything with anything. I can't anything. I can't. I can't. Fucking... My fucking ham. Oh my goodness gracious, I don't know what to do, I'm so confused. They wanted me to link it up to like, am I just like, I didn't admit, I'm like, there's no one here that already knows what to do and they're just like not telling me, right? Because am I actually just really stupid or what? Like, you know what? Don't answer that. Never mind. I don't even know why I asked you guys that. Alright, let me look at this. Chief Warder Daily Vigil is relieved of his post with immediate effect from having violated Clause 132. Okay, no money. No money. Okay, aiding and abetting the escape from this prison of convict. Fuck. Just before Ayachu's execution. Okay, details of this escape are still being investigated. Full cooperation with inquiries will be expected. Indications, anyone being choked? Nope. God damn it. Red mark? Red mark? Red mark? Red mark? Nope. Wait, red mark? Nope. Nothing here. Nothing here. Let's look at the gun. Maybe this is the solution, guys. So this is the type of revolver that's standard issue for the members of Judiciary, then. Yes, and when I asked about whether records are kept they're issued to, I was told that for the past 5 years they've been engraved with a unique serial number. Oh, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing like that on this gun, which tells us that it must have been issued longer ago than that. Oh, really? What a great... Okay. Do you do anything else for me? No? You'll do anything? Okay. That's fine, I guess. I don't want you to do anything anyway. Piece of shit. Oh, I didn't even see there was a question there. I thought Chocobo just sussed me. Why do you want her choked? Oh. Oh. Anyways. Let's see. Let's look over here. Yeah. I've already checked this. Yep, this is not helping me. Okay, do I just start presenting things? Does this have a red... Is that a red mark, guys? Is that a red mark? No? Okay. 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 I don't understand. Bro, I don't understand. All right, let me look at something really important here. Hold on. My hint was perhaps we should try to find out exactly what happened. Really? That's not what I'm supposed... That's not my hint, really. Is that really my hint? See, clearly the pocket watch is important. This is clearly important. Like, why didn't he wind his watch if he wasn't, Hold on. Alright, so this is nothing to object to. I think the whole point of knowing the statement was to know that he got imprisoned, right? So I can object to this using the watch? Is that my play here?
Objection.
Fuck. Okay. Wah! You know what I'm saying, guys? Does pressing these statements, like, change now that I know he was imprisoned? I don't think it does. So bad, man. Okay, look, let me try to think about this logically like I did with Danganronpa and everything else, alright? The statement itself has to be something I can actually contradict or say is wrong. So, he did send him prisoner. That part is true. This part is true. This is true. This is true. This is wrong. It was not a nice room. It was a nothing like in the prison. It was actually everything like in the prison, okay? So, how do I prove that? Oh, the fact that he's dead. That's a pretty good proof. Yes, hi Taco. You're doing great there, but thank you. Thanks. Ha!
Objection.
Fuck. I'm going crazy. Oh, I'm going crazy. Is this a result of me being sleepy? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm doing. We spent the night in the night. What did I say when I pressed this last time? Let me press it again. I don't even know anymore. Shut up. Oh, never mind. This is a whole waste of time. Okay. This is not helping me. How could the clock not be right? I don't understand. Dude, imagine chugging a monster to even try to stay awake even a little bit. Like, come on, man. We got the zoomies! Sorry. Let's get back to this. Alright. A lot of this evidence isn't relevant right now, because... Okay, hold on. I literally only have 2 pieces of evidence that are kind of relevant. Right? But am I using the wrong statements here? Dun, 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 dun.
Hold it!
At least 3 pieces? No, I don't think so at all. Hilarious. Wait, how do none of you guys know what the fuck is happening? Ah! Except for Pikachu, I guess. But Pikachu still doesn't know what to do, even though he knows what's happening, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he does. They're making too much food. Yeah, that's understandable. You're too busy playing Fire Emblem Randomizer? Alright, that's understandable. Alright. Oh god, I hate this. I don't understand what to do. I'm about ready to cheat. I've been here for like 20 minutes.
No, that's wrong.
Cheating is wrong? But cheaters always prosper. That's true. Why did you back down so quickly? Can't find that. Freaking open the damn book again. What do you mean you get rid of him? Thanks. Alright, let's read this again. This Scotland Yard insignia looks genuine to me, and the department and identification number details are all correct as well. There's no doubt about that. This is a real Inspector Greg's identification. Wow! That's very good that I read that. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, dude. Okay. Open it again. So this is where the little policeman figurine key goes into the Wind to Watch. Winding it up every single day for 10 years without fail. Oh, that emote is so good. I'm so glad you made that, Taco. Oh my god, it's so relevant in a painful way. It was obviously a thing of great importance to the inspector. Or a reminder of the past, lets you forget. Yeah, because, Alright. Where's this? There's a tiny little stub. Great. I'm so glad, dude. I'm so glad I got a tiny little stub. I should probably not say that. Alright. Do I look at this again? I don't know what I'm doing. Twist, please twist the head. Just twist the head. Just twist. Don't making comments on it. Just twist it. Barely manhandled that head. Come on. That's what she said. Why did she say that? So, this is the little key used to wind the inspector's pocket watch. It was a mystery at first. Why should it be a policeman, I mean? I don't know. Why are you packing? Shut up, Chocobo! Ah! If its head did fall off from overuse, it might seem a little inappropriate, don't you think? Basically, the solution to that is,
Let's not lose our heads, though.
Alright. I really hate that I am this stuck with absolutely no connections to anything in my brain. Guys, can I cheat? Is this time for me to cheat? I think it's time for me to cheat, guys. Because I'm actually gonna lose my head. Like my head is just gonna be like, boop. It's gonna be, it's gone. No cheating, man. But this is where I normally would cheat if I was playing on my own. Whoops. I didn't mean to click that. Bite in my head then, GG. SMH my head, bro. At least you have one, bitch. Shoot it!
Objection.
Damn it! Why didn't I save when I had 5 HPs? Now I have no HPs. Where's my autosave? 10 minutes ago, perfect. "10 minutes ago" sounds a number of ways, you say. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, this is what I did. Autosave when I lost a life? Fuck you, game. You piece of shit. La na 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 boo 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 boo. That's it, guys. I'm doing the pro strats. Y'all ready? The non-spoiler guy confused you. Well, that didn't help. This puzzle is unsolvable. Guys, there's no way to win. We're here forever! Maybe I press it again. Maybe I just keep pressing it. What does it taste like? Yeah, I mentioned earlier, it does taste like literally nothing I've ever tasted before. And not in a good way. It's okay. I think I've drank this once before and I forgot that I didn't really care about it that much. Are you drinking Ultra Rosa? Say the last line? The last line. What? What last line? On the description? Oh, okay. It says, wait, there's a French side to this. Oh, wait, no. Oh, it says, 0 sugar with the full load of our monster. And energy blend. That's what it says. Here, I can read it in French. Sans sucre et avec la puissance complète de Monster Energy. Okay. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna look at the spoiler-free guide. I'm gonna do it. I don't care what anyone says. I'm stuck, sick and tired of sitting here. It's not my fault. The game sucks. It's not me, guys. You guys don't understand how painful it is to be sitting here forever. You guys just don't get it.
Brother, this guy stinks!
No one understands me. What the hell am I looking at? Where the hell am I?
Not in a good way.
Wait, this guy stinks and not in a good way? I get it.
I'm fishing. What does it look like I'm doing?
Dun, 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 dun. All right. Guys, I think I found it. Guys, guys. What? No. What? 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 What is this? There is a violin time. Well, I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not. Guys, no, I didn't mean to. All right, I'm gonna try to figure out how this makes sense, but I'm gonna try it first, okay? I'm pretty sure I found the right spoiler-free thing to do. All right. Oh, you put violin time. Oh, I didn't even see that. All right. Apparently, I'm supposed to do this. Okay. He tried to escape. Okay. I'm gonna do. We're serious now. Okay, guys. He tried to escape, but the capo put the collar on him and dragged him back, like what he did to me. See? Okay. They want me to do this. They want me to do this for some reason.
Objection.
Never mind. Did I read the wrong statement? What the fuck did I read? Okay, hold on. No fucking way I just read the wrong line. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, never mind. I read the wrong line. I know. Guys, for real this time. For real this time. For real. This time, for real. Yo, for 100% for real. Check. Yo, guys. Guys, for real. Shut up, Sherlock Holmes. Here we go. You guys ready? I was actually close. Check this out.
Objection.
Bitch. First try. Didn't even cheat. Got it all on my own. It was so good. I'm so glad I did that on my own. Yeah. Woo. So the day before his body was... Wait. So I really was supposed to be like, oh yeah, then why is he dead? That was my objection. So that whole exchange I had with Chocobo was just actually what I was supposed to do. I don't get it, man. All right. So the day before his body was discovered, Inspector Gregson was taken prisoner while working incognito. No, it was not like that. It was hardly a prison. It was an invitation to stay. It was only. However you describe it, there's one glaring inconsistency that remains. Of rings? What the fuck? Why y'all just... Alright, anyways. What inconsistency is this, counsel? I would like to court to... Here's the inconsistency. He's dead. And you said he was having a good time. How do you explain that? I would ask the court to look closely at this photograph of the victim, Inspector Gregson. Oh, he doesn't... Wait, the contradiction is that he doesn't have the mark? That makes so much sense and I hate myself. I actually hate myself for this. Actually, does that make sense? What if he has a tough neck? I did look and I specifically want like, wait.
This is bad.
I was like, wait, he doesn't have a red mark on his neck. That means it's not relevant. And then I just looked somewhere else. But that doesn't make any sense. But also, like, look, okay, here's the thing. Here's the reason why I didn't connect to that, okay? Look, guys, hear me out. Hear me out. I feel like this is like a situation where it's like having the mark is like saying, yeah, you for sure got choked, okay? Not having the mark doesn't mean for sure you never got choked. I feel like it doesn't work both ways like that.
Okay.
Like, do you understand? That's not. I feel like that is not a logical jump that makes sense. Why wouldn't you have it? Because not everyone bruises the same way. And he could have been like pulled like not as hard either. I don't know, man. This is dumb to me. I don't know. Maybe y'all fucking your confusion. Wait, what part are you confused about? Basically, we made a statement. They made a statement that they were holding him prisoner and they're holding that kid prisoner, and then they were heavily implied that they were attached to a collar to their neck, held by a chain, and to prevent them from running away, he pulled at the collar to choke them back. And because the kid had a mark on his neck, they're like, why doesn't he have... The whole logic I was supposed to make is, oh, this guy doesn't have a mark on his neck. Does that really happen? Huh? Did that really happen? And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Anyways, whatever. You will see that there was no red ring visible around his neck. But that makes no sense. It was me who took the collar off the man in the morning. And I saw the red bruises on his neck. Okay, this guy... Did he say that in his statement, though? I don't remember him saying that in his statement. He was just talking about his own bruises. I saw the red bruises on his neck, just like I have. Given the mark is clearly still visible on the witness's neck, we'd expect to see bruising on the victim, who was... No, I don't think so, buddy. Indeed, that is most peculiar. But what do we tell you, huh? We say this from the beginning, many times. Where? Oui, Peppino's right. The man in the photograph he is someone different from the man we held captives at night. Order. It would appear then that on the day before the incident, the man who visited the park on Lime Street posing as an incognito inspector was not Inspector Gregson at all.
Objection.
If that's true, however, how do you explain the inspector's identification? Oh my god! Maybe he's an imposter! Shush, guys! Get it among us! This is a genuine identification. Wait! Red is sus. Red-headed league. Wig. Oh my god, guys! We solved it! This is a genuine identification book issued by Scotland Yard. It's inconceivable that someone could have that someone could have stolen such an important item from the inspector. The prosecution made that assertion itself. And we also know that the inspector had made a note about the Red-Headed League in his diary for that day. Which surely means we can't divorce the two events completely. The inconsistency noted by the defense is most troubling, if it were the real Inspector Gregson. No, it's not. It was actually Imposter Gregson, whom these two red-headed gentlemen encountered. The fact that no bruising can be seen around his neck defies explanation. But equally, if they actually encountered an imposter... Sus! How did that person come to be in possession of the real inspector's identification? Does the defense have some plausible explanation, counsel? The whole thing defies explanation. And it's for precisely these occasions that we keep meticulous notes in the court record, Mr. Nettleton. No, I don't want to go back there. I was already lost. Because those are the facts, and the facts cannot lie. No, the facts can't lie. Even when they point to something so incredibly, almost unbelievable. Your non-spoiler guide totally just omitted the present. That's actually so stupid. The one I used was on GameFAQs. I usually go to GameFAQs even to this day. Well, my lord, the true identity of the person who turned up in the park for the Red-Headed League's enrollment is revealed by information in the court record, I believe. Good gracious! Very tantalizing, Mr. Naruto. So why don't you help us all to see whatever truth it is that you've apparently seen? Wait, you went to GameFAQs too? Specifically, it was Trial Part 2 of 2.2D Twisted Karma and His Last Bow. And it specifically said, it literally said, present the photo of the photograph of the victim on revised fourth statement. That's the literal statement it said. Who exactly was this inspector that appeared before Mr. DeRozo and Mr. DeRossi? Gregson himself or an imposter? It was Gregson himself. I'm gonna go with my theory that they're the same guy. Obviously, there's nothing to deliberate here. It was Inspector Gregson himself. There's no other explanation, since he was in possession of the genuine Scotland Yard identification. In that case, I believe I speak for everyone here present when I ask, how do you explain the lack of bruising around the victim's neck, which you yourself brought up? Makeup. Makeup or his fucking mask that he puts on to make himself look fatter because he actually looks like the other guy who's been missing for 10 years. Guys, this is gonna be the biggest plays, man. This is the biggest plays. Ah yes, that is the burning unresolved question, isn't it? Wait, did I just lose it? Did I pick the wrong thing? They tricked me! They gave me a long ass continuation of that. Just to give me an L. Oh my god, they really did that to me. Seems to me that a lack of bruising around the victim's neck is the hardest discrepancy to reconcile. Yes, I think I can see how to tackle this now. I actually just got rolled by this game. Though it seems incredible, I admit the identifying facts only point to one thing, since no bruising can be seen on the victim's neck. The person who these two red-headed men took prisoner that day cannot have been Inspector Gregson. In other words, your whole argument up to now has been a waste of time.
Objection.
On the contrary, I haven't finished. What? There's no bruising on the victim's neck, so the question immediately posed next is, who exactly was this man in the park on Lime Street found to be carrying Inspector Gregson's identification? See, that's right. We tell the same story every time. Whoever this man was, the Kappa dragged him from... I know who it was. Oh my god, I know who it was. It was Lips. Bro, it was Lips. I'm so stupid. Lips killed him and took his identification? It was Lips the whole time. This idiot. Look at his neck. That's why Lips was there at the scene. Oh, I used the first guide choice? Yeah. I just kind of pressed the first one that showed up on Google, honestly. Imagine being by Lips. I wish. Sorry. Okay. Woo! Whoever this man was, the capo dragged him from a pillar to a post. Fuck. Dieu, Peppino! I was not so harsh as you say, huh? So who was that a falso inspector, eh? Who was he? Clearly, the defense has an idea about that. About the true identity of the man these two imprisoned that night. I must ask the counsel for the defense to elaborate opposed to haste. Who? Question mark? It was gossip. It was this motherfucker. Goodness me, isn't that? Yes, the only other person kinky enough to be choked that day. A nameless man whose only occupation appears to be peddling hearsay to passerbyers.
Objection!
What on earth would a street seller be doing with a police inspector's identification papers? Witnesses, is the man or not? What has happened to his lip? Ah. See, this man is not for the red-headed league, eh? He's looking for the twisted lip league. No? Got him! Perhaps rather than making such a rash claim next time, you should bite your lip instead. Shut the fuck up, Kazuma. It seems improbable, yes, but one undeniable fact remains. During his testimony earlier, I noted something around the man's neck, a red ring of death. Eh? What? The defense demands that Mr. Gossip be brought back to the stand. Sir. I can't keep remembering songs. Order, order, bailiff. Bring the aforementioned witness back to the courtroom. Immediately. Why is he coming like, yeah, you got me. Well, I never. An undeniable ring of bruising indeed. And identical to that of the witness beside him. Now what's going on? I mean, what's this guy's... Wait, actually I'm really mad this guy's back. Because I hate his lip. I don't know, because we're synchronized, Pikachu. Now what's going on here, eh? I've always had this, me. It's a birthmark, ain't it? A birthmark, you say? I'm just jealous I ain't got his lips. No, I really am not, honestly. I hope not. I assume that the reason you've been recalled to the stand has been explained to you. Like, every time I look at him, I just feel pain. Like, I feel like my own lip is swollen. And it bothers the fuck out of me. I am somewhat about an inspector again. But I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong as usual. You're denying all knowledge of it? Well, of course I am. Are you trying to kill me with all this nonsense, eh? Well, at least you'll have more stories to peddle back on Fresno Street, won't you? Now, we're going to need you to testify again. And you, Mr. Rosso and Mr. De Rossi, I'm sure you'll cooperate, won't you? Do we have any choice? We are in big trouble, eh, Capo? That's quite enough dilatory chatter. Proceed with the testimony. You know why? I actually solved this in the last stream, okay? I solved it in the last stream. It's because he has loose lips. That's why he's a gossip. That's literally the joke. Guys, like, it's a joke. Ha! The man who claimed to be an inspector that day was definitely not this man. It's right, see? You think we would have forget this grand oil lipes? I never leave Fresno Street, alright? I've no interest in any red-headed league. He makes me want to season his lip and grill it and, like, put it in the green bin. Why did you go through the first few steps of making a delicacy before you threw it in the green bin? That's next level. I'm all alone in the world, me. I've got no kinfolk or nothing. Why would I be involved in something like that? Just look at me, eh? Just look like I could carry off a disguise with a face like this. That face is a disguise, bitch. Rip that lip off. Rip that fucking lip off, bro. It would certainly appear that we have the wrong man. What have I been telling you, huh? There was no need for this pointless testimony. Can you put something in front of his lip? Whoop. That's right, just a simple peddler, remember? Remember, Fresno Street is all I know. How would I have come by? He moves it around too much for me to do anything. Actually, I guess I could do this. I blocked everything but his lip. Everything is ruined. Okay. How would I have come by a police inspector identification book, eh? Well, yes, that's hard to explain. I literally blocked everything else. Well, yes, it's hard to explain, but... a brief cross-examination, I think, counsel. Very boxers. Isn't there anyone in this courtroom who thinks I might be onto something? I stand steadfastly at your side as always, Miss Neruda. Alright, it's time to solve this case, guys. Ha! With my one whole frickin' life. The man who claimed to be an inspector that day was definitely not this man. I don't know. Oh my dad. Like, I even needed to hate otherwise even more. It doesn't even cover his lip. Is right. See, you think we would have forget these grand lips, huh? I don't really know which one I want to press here. I never leave Fresno Street, alright? I'm not interested in any red-headed league. I'm all alone in the world, me. I've got no kinfolk or nothing. Why would I be involved in something like that? Just look at me, eh? It doesn't look like I could carry off a disguise with a face like these. Okay, I guess I will just press everything. I don't know what else to do.
Hold it!
So you say, but how can you be quite so certain? There is no need to hurt your hands on the desk, monsieur. Surely the reason is obvious, no? Because I have never before seen lips like this. Nevertheless, there's a clear mark around Mr. Gossip's neck. And it looks very much like the one left behind on the neck of your colleague by your most prized collar. Dieu, with your words, it is like you tried to wring my neck. It does look very much alike my neck, though, eh? No, this is just a birthmark, lad. The biggest lips in London and a neck to die for. They broke the mold when they made me. I don't know why you have that accent. You're actually English, idiot. For the first time in my life. I feel lucky to have been born with red hair. And I thought being Japanese made you stand out in London. So, you maintain that you've never seen this man before? Oui, c'est ça. I swear to it by the flames of my hair. So, fierce pride has outgrown the frustration with your hair now, has it? You just noticed something you'll keep to yourself? Well, I'm curious, but I understand. Is right, see. You think we would forget these grand lips, huh? Press. Press. Press! Well, yes, I don't imagine I'll forget those lips in a hurry either. That is what I am saying. For some reason, it makes me want to eat. How did Fabian call it? An eclair? You know, I've never seen the hair as black as yours before either. Likewise, I'd never seen red hair like yours until I came to Britain. See, maybe it is a national trait, huh? Maybe all the people from this man's country have the grand lips. No, lad. I was born right here on Fresno Street, and I've never left. That is the problem, see? So you definitely didn't go to the park on Lime Street that day, Mr. Gossip. Now, how many times do you want me to say it, eh? Oh man, I gotta press this guy's lips now? Wait.
Hold it!
So, you'd heard of the Red-Headed League, had you? You don't get a name like Gossip for nothing, eh? It's my business to know what's going off in town. I sold that tasty titbit to a fair few redheads that came past me. Just between us, I even got a sandwich to cough up for it. Well, he does have a very red nose if that counts. Who knows? Wait. Well, he does have a very red nose if that counts. Who knows? I get it. But as you can see, my own hair has not got a hint of red in it. In any case, Fresno Street's my patch. You won't catch me sidling off to some... Sidling off?
Is that so?
Oh. 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 Oh.
Excuse me.
Mr. Rosso. Oh, ah, oui. Can I help you? Mr. Gossip's words just now lead you to remember something relevant, perhaps? It was the other day when I was looking for a place near the park. A small house or something. To be the headquarters of your Red-Headed League, yes. I visited an housing agent on Lime Street, and there I saw him. This man was paying money to the agent. What? Mr. Gossip? With the housing agent? Oui. He had some kind of contract in his hand, and they were clearly discussing terms. But no. You're mistaken, chum. I never left Fresno Street like I said before. You're mistaking me for someone else. Someone with the same face. No, the cop was right. I remember it too. He was paying the man with the banknotes. With notes. Like I said, that wasn't me. I was curious why this man with the dirty clothes had so much money. So I looked at the name on the papers. And what name was written? Mr. Gossip? No, this a man. He lies. He tells you that he has no name. But in fact, his name is Hugh Boone, huh? Oh, shit. So he owned the place where his body was found? It's better than Mr. Gossip, I think. See? No! Uh-oh. I'm a peddler of tidbits of information, like I said, on Fresno Street, and that's it. I don't much like folk talking about my personal life. Indeed. And it is not the intention of the court to invade the privacy of witnesses. Very well. I shall respect your wishes, sir. The aforementioned name shall be redacted from all court records of this trial. Assuming no objection. I object! I'm sorry, my lord, but the defense does object. Because the name just mentioned has a very deep significance to this case. Good gracious! Do you similarly object, Prosecutor Asogi? As it happens, my lord, that particular name has already been mentioned during today's proceedings. Well, I never, in what capacity? Hugh Boone. The name of the leaseholder of the room. Let me put this very simply. The victim's body was discovered in your rented room. I suggest, sir, that you start talking. Well, all right. I suppose that might be the case, So, your real name is Hugh Boone. Well, just between us, I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but there's no finer peddler of tidbits in town. So I happen to be the one. I happen to be able to afford a grubby little room in a falling down backstreet townhouse. You do. And once every 6 months, I go and pay the rent to the agent on Lime Street. I remember now. There were 2 vulgar redheads in there last time. If either of us is a vulgar, it's not a me. Think again, Peppino. Why didn't you bring this up before? It's like I told you already. I don't like talking about my personal life. I'm a tidbit peddler as far as everyone else is concerned. No fuss. Big fuss, buddy. You will update your testimony to include this surprising revelation, Mr. Boone. If I must. So the leaseholder Scotland Yard has been looking for since the body was discovered has been here under our noses all along. I rent the room where that fellow was found, it's true, and for what difference it makes. Makes a big difference, actually.
Hold it!
Hugh Gossipoon? Hugh Gossipoon. Does that mean anything? Hugh Gossipoon? No. Do you live in that room perhaps, presumably, do you? No, I don't live there. What do you think? There's no bed, is there? Just a desk. Then, why would you want to rent it? Well, I don't think I should have to say, really. You're finally on your PC? Where were you before? Then how about the notice board in there? Which was covered up from... Oh, were you, like, eating and watching from the kitchen? Gotcha. Which was covered from top to bottom in confidential documents only the police should have access to. No, that board is not mine. The inspector must have brought it along. It's the only other bits and bobs that belong to me. This desk, the chair, and that. People don't generally carry enormous notice boards around with them. The real question is, why was Inspector Gregson killed there in your room? Well, obviously... MJ Cordoba? Thank you for the follow, welcome. Well, obviously, I've not the faintest idea. You wanted to until you ate? You know, you could have just... I hope you didn't overeat again. You overate again, didn't you? Hope you didn't, though. I mean, it's causing me no end of bother, to be honest. Seems to me that Mr. Gossip... Sorry, Mr. Boone... but rather as little is known about his room as possible for some reason. Why didn't you... I mean, you made spaghetti, right? That would have been really... Oh, no, we had mac and cheese. Now, it's still kind of easy to save his leftovers, I feel like, anyway. Yes, it really does come across that way, and more importantly, knowing that the scene of the crime is actually his room completely changes things. In particular, there's one part of his testimony that's really bothering me now. That's how I'm finally going to undo this man. Actually, I guess not. I mean, if it's boxed mac and cheese, maybe not. Never mind. Just uneat? Never mind. Yeah, sorry. For whatever reason, I thought you made, like, not boxed mac and cheese. But, okay, yeah. Boxed mac and cheese left over, you're right. That's not it. That's not. Wait, how many boxes? Wait, which mac and cheese? Now I'm just thinking about mac and cheese. At least 3! 2. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of mac and cheese. You really want mac and cheese now, but like... It always fucks your stomach up? Oh. Are you lactose intolerant? I'm all alone in the world. Your store brand one, not the yellow one? Okay, I've never tried the store brand one. Either way, I don't think I can eat more than an entire box. Actually, I probably could. No, I definitely have. But I try not to. Because I know it's really... I'll actually be dead after. You're not? Oh, okay. All right, anyway, sorry. There's a statement apparently that doesn't make sense now that we know this information. Let's see here. You rent the room, it's true. What difference it makes? I'm all alone in the world. Me, I've got no kinfolk or nothing. Why would I be involved in something like that? Just look at me. Does it look like I care about this guy? I gotta look at my stuff again. Apparently you're actually lactose intolerant. I think I might be too, but it's not gonna stop me. I just keep accepting the stomach pains and problems and then continue to consume dairy. That's my life. Maybe I should just start buying lactase pills to save my life. Or not save my life, just save me the headache. Alright, let's see here. I feel like a lot of people end up being lactose intolerant as much as they don't want to be. What about lactose-free milk? That's too expensive. Because my family literally goes through... My family unironically goes through... Anyone who's not Canadian is gonna be pissed. Three of those bags of milk. Like, one bag a day. Okay? I literally have to buy like 2 of those fucking cases of milk. So like, and it lasts a week, and then I gotta buy another 2 cases. So if I had to keep buying lactose-free milk bags, that would be a fortune. That's a lot, yeah. They use it a lot. It's because my mom makes milk tea like twice a day. It's just been a thing she's done forever. We should just buy a cow at this point. Holy cow, what an idea! Anyways, I'm all alone in the world, me. I've got no kinfolk or nothing. Why would I be involved in something like that? Okay. Oh, wait. Huh? Nope. Nope. I never actually looked at this. Should I look at this? Oh, it looks like this is some sort of steamship ticket. That says Grouse, first class cabin. 001, Yokohama departure, 11 September. London arrival, 1st November. Ah, that's the boat that Professor Mikotoba and Judge Jigoku came on from Japan, isn't it? Yes, I think it called at Dunkirk on the north coast of France for a night, before finally arriving in Dover. Now in our area, your cow gets stolen? Yeah, I guess people don't want me to have a cow, man. To think it's been almost a year since we arrived in the Dover on Zes's Buria. It's a shame not to keep your ticket as a memento of your trip. Yes, I agree. I have mine safely in my diary, and I keep mine in my wallet, so I have it with me at all times. Oh, well, how strange. Where could it have gone? You lost it? Are you like this on purpose, Mr. Naruto? Did I imagine it, or was that comment accompanied by a little sigh? Wait, this actually gave me information on... Okay, that's probably going to be useful at some point. Anyways, you're glad you don't like meat? Oh, I unfortunately love meat, and so does my family. Any meal that doesn't have meat in it is considered an incomplete meal. Alright. So... How... Am I... You know what to present? How do you know what to... Oh, wait. Oh, is this him? Bro, is this him? Alright. Hiya.
Objection.
You have no kinfolk, as you put it. What about vegetarian meat? Vegetarian meat's fine, but it also costs more than regular meat, so it's not like a money saver. It literally costs more. At least Beyond Meat does. I remember I saw someone buy like 6 Beyond Meat patties today, and it was like $16. That is not cheaper than actual meat. Then explain why it is that among the sparse furnishings we found the photograph in the room. Ah! I presume, as you've been renting the room, that this photograph belongs to you, does it not? Oh, well... Mr. Boone, drop the pretense and tell the court exactly who you really are. I don't know what you mean. I'm a peddler, I keep telling you so. You don't really need to bother with me. Please, just leave it alone. As the man says, leave it alone. Whatever the truth is about this man's life, it has no bearing on this case. Because it's simply not possible that he impersonated Inspector Gregson. How can you be so sure? Just look at the man. No amount of disguise could ever hide those unmissable features. But what if we were to look at this the other way around? What do you mean? Yes, counsel, what do you mean? Well, there's no denying that Mr. Boone's lip is very prominent indeed. But consider the possibility that his prominent lip is itself a part of an elaborate disguise. Quick, someone try to pull his lip off. Please, for the love of God, please. Then hiding that prominent feature, in other words, revealing his true face, would make an utterly impenetrable disguise. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Hugh Boone? Yarg! Na 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 na. Good! Witness, are you still hiding the truth from this court? You're gonna blow up my nose? Okay. I sound like a whistle? Do I actually? I guess I kind of do, huh? If that's a disguise, then underneath it, true identity must be. Alright, hold on. Fine. Y'all fucking pointed it out, so I gotta go do it now. 1 second. Oh my god. Hold on. Oops. Alright, test. Well, let me know if I actually have a whistly nose. I think that probably explains a lot why I've been having trouble saying lines today, too. I don't notice things like this. Like I swear this has to be part of my self-diagnosed ADHD. I had an entire whistle in there. I blew my nose so hard that I popped my ears, so hopefully that's good enough. Am I better now? Let's see. I gotta remember to do that then before I do YouTube recordings and stuff, because I do notice sometimes my voice sounds awkward in YouTube videos. Man's like a train. Alright. Alright. Underneath it. Let's see if my voice is better now for like lines. Underneath it, his true identity must be. Yes, that's right. There's really only one other person he could really be. My lord, the defense believes it can reveal Mr. Boone's true identity to the court. No, please. No. Very well then, counsel. What is the true identity of this peddler who goes simply by the name of Gossip on the street? I know who he is! He's this guy!
Take that!
You're getting food? Go eat mac and cheese. Do what you want. Your real name is actually Mr. Vigil, isn't it? Mr. Daily Vigil. Yarg! I don't recall that name, counsel. Who is this Mr. Vigil? It's a name I encountered yesterday, my lord. It has to do with a certain client of Mr. Herlock Sholmes. A young gentlewoman came to the detective asking him to locate her missing husband. I was thinking about making mac and cheese after my stream. Should I not? I don't know. I guess I'll decide after the stream. Do me? I mean, I always do that. The woman in this photograph, in fact, this is Mrs. Vigil. What? From what I understand, you haven't returned home since the night before the inspector was found dead. But of course, I would not say I have better self-control than you. I think it sounds like that, but I do not have good self-control when it comes to snacking and shit. I like, shit, man. I'm like, I barely sleep, but I can keep drinking energy drinks. I think I have poor self-control in other ways that just kind of balances it out. But of course, on that night, you were being held captive by two red-headed league men. And last night, you were put up by the prosecution service in preparation for testifying in this trial. Because we've been led to believe that you, Miss Venus and Mr. Sandwich were all homeless. In a sitting? I mean, I don't know. When we ate last time, I didn't feel like either of us was overpowering the other, did it? Or were you holding back? Being important witnesses in this case, we needed to know where we could find you, of course. You're holding back. Why'd you do that? You didn't have to do that. Then that explains why you've not only been unable to return home, but also unable to contact your wife, who's been beside herself with worry, waiting for you at the Vigil residence. Now, you just hold a minute. I don't have the first idea what I'm talking about. Really. It's a simple enough matter to confirm my suspicions. All we have to do is pull off that disguise! Please. Please do. No. Please. Bailiff, bring soap, a sponge, and a wash bowl at once. Mr. DeRusso and Mr. DeRossi, you will restrain the witness. Wow, this is... Wait, right now he's just like, wait, that's illegal. I am the law. Oui, my lord. Si, my lord. Oh, shit. Wah! No. Stop. Get off. Don't. Oh, yes. Thank goodness. He looks like he's from fucking JoJo, bro. What the fuck?
Yay!
Well, we are now seeing your true features, I presume. Who got on the suit? Lift your head, sir, so the court can see your face. Wait, this guy is really attractive to me. I just gotta say that. It would appear that the defense counsel's assertion was entirely correct. This has been a very elaborate deception. So, witnesses, tell the court. Have you seen this man before? I don't believe it, but... See? There is a no question. This is the inspector we saw in the park. Extraordinary. On the day of the Red-Headed League enrollment, the man claiming to be Inspector Gregson who appeared before Mr. DeRosso and Mr. DeRossi in the park was you disguised as the Inspector, or rather, was you posing as the Inspector in no disguise at all? So, I did make a lot of statements, though, about how similar those two looked in a way. And that still actually became an actual point in this case, which is kind of cool. I mean, it wasn't the point I thought it was going to be, though, but, you know. Mr. Vigil was formerly employed as the Chief Warder at the Barclay Prison. The Chief Warder? Then your career had promise. Why, you would quite possibly have become the future governor of the prison. What on earth have you been doing peddling tittle-tattle on Fresno Street? Well, it's been 10 years since Mr. Vigil worked at the prison. 10 years. I'm really dreadfully sorry about all of this. Yes, it's true. I'm Daily Vigil. His name is Daily Vigil. Like, he was literally... Wait. So he had a daily... He was there on watch every day as a prison guard. So his name was Daily Vigil. Why did I take that long to understand that? God damn it, man. Alright. And you were the chief warder at Barclay Prison 10 years ago. So where did Mr. Hugh Boone come from? Boone is the other me. It's a name I invented. Oh, genocide! It's Genocide Vigil! Well, evidently there is a great deal under the surface here. I'll explain everything. I'll tell you just how wretched my life has become. As you say, it was 10 years ago now that my employment as Barclay's chief warder came to an end. Having left the prison service, I searched for some new occupation by which to earn a wage. But times were hard in London, and I found no suitable engagements at all. In desperation one day, I turned my hand at selling wares on Fresno Street. But your wife appears to know nothing of this. She still maintains that you are the chief warder at Barclay Prison. I was utterly determined that my wife should not know of my failings, which is why I've never told her. I opened an account at the bank as in the name of Hugh Boone, and I rented the cheapest room I could find on Fresno Street. The scene of the very crime we're investigating. Yes, that's right. A place from which I could emerge every morning at 8 as a squalid peddler. And transfer myself back every evening at 5 into a well-dressed man about town before returning home. That quickly became my daily routine, my daily vigil. I was puzzled by the lack of furniture in the room. But that explains it. But why on earth didn't you just tell us this in the first place? I have a wife, sir, and 2 sons, and without wishing to sound self-conceited, they regard me with some pride. I couldn't bring myself to disappoint them. So instead, you decide... What is this song playing right now? Whoa, shit. Hold on. Yes. I've made such a terrible... What did I missed something. Hold on. So instead you decide to continue occupation around them? Yes. I've made such a terrible mess of everything. Still, one thing doesn't add up. No matter how many tidbits of information you could sell to passing gentlemen, even at 6 pence apiece, you couldn't hope to match the salary you must have commanded as chief warder at the prison. Very true. To have kept your family in comfort despite 10 years of somewhat misbegotten employment. That was all thanks to Inspector Gregson. What? Inspector Gregson? What on earth? It was some years after I invented Boone and begun my other life as a street seller. He, the inspector that is, recognized me one day. Do you mean to say the victim was an acquaintance of yours? I knew him from my time as working at the prison. When he saw what I'd become, he was deeply troubled for me and my family. From that day forward, he visited me on Fresno Street with increasing regularity. Then one day, he asked me if I would carry out a secret assignment for him. A secret? What was it? It was a secret. I was to impersonate the inspector. What? Impersonate him? We always met in that little room so that the inspector could brief me. Visit Orix's tomorrow and take a statement from the proprietress. It was always something along those lines. Surveillance work, interviewing people. On those occasions, he would lend me his identification so that people would believe who I was. My instructions were to make an impression, to let people know that Inspector Gregson had been at work. And for those services, he compensated me financially. A Scotland Yard inspector willingly relinquished his identification to your care with intent to deceive? That, as I'm sure I need not point out, is a very serious criminal offense. But why? What was the point of you impersonating him? I truthfully do not know. All I can say is that the inspector warned me on numerous occasions. Now remember, Vigil, I need your solemn word. You don't blab about this to anyone, all right? Ever. Even if I end up a croaker. Well, so much for that. In time, he started to bring papers with him to the room as well. It became something of a second office for him. Welcome back, Chocobo! So, in fact, the person who declared himself to be Inspector Gregson at the park on Lime Street was really... Yes, it was me, acting on the inspector's orders. As usual, I removed my boom disguise and went as instructed to the park, armed with the inspector's identification book. Ooh, a chicken sandwich. It never occurred to me that the bruise on my neck might give me away. Well, I want to see this guy's too, Taco, but I don't think they're going to give it to us. It would seem this confession completely destroys the defense's case. Explain yourself, Prosecutor Asogi. My learned friend's assertion was as follows. The victim was killed at another location on the day before his corpse was discovered. At the hands of these two red-headed league men when they imprisoned the inspector. No, that can't be. After all, it wasn't the inspector who went to the park that day, it was me. Oh, goodness. Finally, we have clarity. We had nothing to do with the murder of the inspector. And merci, Monsieur de la Défense, for proving it. What? I don't know what song we used. Which one have I not used yet? Hold on. Order, order, order. Breath of the Wild. There's no music in that at all. Actually, there is some. You know what? Yeah, next time. The time change song? I already did Song of Time. Indeed, it would appear that we have reached a de facto conclusion of sorts. Yeah, but the music's not very memorable to me from Breath of the Wild. There's like 2 songs that are memorable to me. These witnesses have no involvement in the murder of the victim. As proven, somewhat ironically, by the defense. I'm not memorable? Oh. Okay. I hereby call an end to the cross-examination.
Hold it!
fuck? Very memorable. Pardon me, my lord, but with your permission, I'd like to pose one further question to the witness. Kazuma? What question, counsel? It concerns the events of 10 years ago. I believe you would have been present at a very significant execution that was carried out at the time. 10 years ago? The execution of the professor. Genshin Impact! I want to know exactly what your involvement was. Oh! Answer me, man. One moment, counsel. Is this related to the current case? Naturally. It is the prosecution's belief that this case and the events of 10 years ago are intricately linked. Does the defense concur, counsel? Kazuma, you're not yourself. You're not as calm as collected as usual. Poor Kazuma-sama. No wonder he's acting this way. He's just trying to get information about his dad indirectly right now. It's been 4 months since I played Genshin Impact, bro. Probably. I don't even know how many days it's been. I basically decided I would stop playing it because I didn't have time to anymore. This individual's memories of what happened 10 years ago would tell the tale of Genshin Impact's last moments, his own father. I know, I do understand that, but even so. Prosecutor Asogi, do you genuinely believe that this question requires an answer in order to learn the truth behind Inspector Gregson's death? I need you to trust me, please. Made you a little sad to see me not play? Bro, I haven't logged into Honkai Impact in over a week either. I made Jumpy the leader so that I would stop getting people trying to usurp. Well, I could have made you a leader, but I don't remember if you were logging in every day either. Jumpy literally hasn't stopped logging in every day since he started, so I feel like the guild is in good hands. And I still I play Epic 7 once every 6 days. I'm kind of a loser now, in the other way. Very well, then the defense has no objection. I see. In that case, you will answer the question, witness. The truth is, I remember very little of that time. You've forgotten. I'm sorry to say, yes. As I said, I resigned from my role at the prison 10 years ago. Objection! You were fired. I already know this. Wait, I know what to do. Guys, I know what to do. This is easy. I should have probably read the line. Sorry, guys. Does that not strike you as strange, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry? Well, 10 years ago is a long time. To have forgotten the reason why he left such an important job. Yes, you're right. And not only that, Mr. Vigil's claim contradicts what we already know. Oh yeah, you're right. Fine, I'll go back and read it. But for some peculiar reason, my memory of the events leading up to that moment is extremely hazy. I really, really like this theme too, Taco. Which is why we have a tendency to wrap it up for protection. What? Sorry, what? Sorry, what? Oh, the human spirit. Okay, gotcha. Oh, he was confused. Sorry, the human spirit? I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean. When we experience pain and suffering that we feel unable to bear, we block it out, obliterate it from our memories, seal it away. But it never truly leaves us. If the seal is broken, the memories resurface, and when they do, the fragile spirit may finally be crushed. But I really don't... Kazuma-sama... But if it must be crushed, then so be it, because the truth will not stay buried. It's coming out, one way or another. Right. Now I understand. It's clear what his intentions are. He means to expose the truth, at any cost. Perhaps if I pointed out the contradiction in what Mr. Vigil claimed earlier, it might cause some crucial memories to return to him. But should I? Should I present the evidence or not? Do I do this and make Kazuma go crazy? I don't know. This seems kind of sus. This whole thing seems sus. I want to see what happens. I have no idea how. I'm not. Remember, guys. I don't know if any of you guys remember this from when I played Danganronpa and got the wonderful bonus ending. But I have to follow my ideals. If I see a contradiction, I pursue it to the bitter end to find the truth because Mia Fey told me to. Did I save? Shit. Well, let me save after the fact. I'm sure that helps me. But this is a court of law, and I have a duty to pursue the truth. Tell him! Tell him! Mr. Vigil, I'd like you to look at this. Evidence that clearly contradicts your version of events. Dun, 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 dun,
Take
dun.
that!
Just a few moments ago, you made the following statement. I resigned from my role at the prison 10 years ago. Ah, well, yes. In other words, you claim to have left the post of chief warder of your own volition. Well, yes, of course. Why? Tell me. Do you remember seeing this document before? No, I don't. This is a dismissal order, dismissal notice ordering the immediate termination of the prison staff member's employment. A dismissal notice. And the name on the notice is yours, Mr. Vigil. What? What? It's mine? So you didn't resign from the prison service at all. For some reason, you were dismissed as chief warder from Barclay. No, there's been some mistake. I'm sure. I'm sure I tendered my resignation. The dismissal notice is nonsense. Isn't it? Oh shit, the seal's being broken. If you were forcibly dismissed, there must have been good reason. Clearly, you did something. Mr. Vigil, it's time to break the seal and have you remember. Remember! 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 According to the... finish him. According to the few remaining records, the final execution that you supervised was on the 17th June 10 years ago. And on that day, something very serious took place at Barclay Prison. The 17th of June. Was that... the professor's execution? Professor? As you were the chief warder at the time, it stands to reason that you would have been present throughout the proceedings. It does sound familiar. And yet, that execution never took place. The convict, ostensibly executed earlier that day, later re-emerged from his grave.
Falcon!
The convict came back to life? In the cemetery in the middle of the night, there was a witness. However, the witness claims that a moment after he saw the convict clambering? Is that a word? Hold up. Huh. What the fuck? I've never seen this word in my life. I mean, it means what I expect it to mean. But what the fuck? I've heard of like clamoring. Is that not a word, or am I wrong about that? Oh wait, clamoring is a noise? Wow. So this whole time I've been saying the wrong word for this word. So I have heard this word, but I've been spelling it wrong. Or using the wrong word for it. Shit. I always thought it was clamoring. But it's clambering? Oh, what's wrong with me? Anyways, let's go back. However, the witness claims that a moment after he saw the convict clambering out of his grave. Boom! Headshot! And the bullet pierced the professor's chest. Boom! Chest shot! Killing him instantly. Those may have been the professor's actual last moments. Yes! Yes! Seeing as you were in charge of overseeing executions at the time, you must know the truth about what really happened. It's in your head, somewhere deep down. Well, Chief Warder Daily Vigil, I know there are memories in your head that can explain what happened on the 17th of June 10 years ago, and now it's time for you to drag them up. Mr. Vigil? He's gonna get shot or something. Yes, the whole prison. It was complete chaos. He's gonna do the brain thinking game. Quick, match the word. It's oh yeah! Shiz! Shiz happened! The prisoner escaped. He was killed in the cemetery. The shocking news ripped through the Barclay like a hurricane. What? Fuck you. Come on, shiz is funny. Order, 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 order. Do you mean to say, Mr. Vigil, that your memories of the time have returned? My head, it's... I remember everything. Everything. Like some floodgates have been opened. The images... screams.
Remember.
Oh my goodness. The papers. There were reports. Articles about a man who'd seen a ghost. Yes, Enoch Drebber. But surely those reports were exaggerated. There were traces at the scene. Traces of what? In Lowgate Cemetery, at plot number 139, blood. Lots of blood. That's where the man was buried, of course. Obviously, something terrible had happened there. The depths of conspiracy and depravity from which this tale is emerging are quite staggering. I've reviewed the police records from that time extensively, and a thorough investigation was conducted by Scotland Yard to ascertain how the convict managed to escape in the first place. And the conclusion reached by the investigating team was that a member of the prison staff must have been involved. Are you suggesting that a prison warder abetted the man's bid for freedom? Yes, and I was suspected of doing it. Of using that mass murderer's execution as a way to help him escape. You did what? I remember now. The horror of it all is coming back to me. Coggers! Coggers, dude! One evening, a few days after the execution, some detectives came to the prison. I was called to the governor's office at the top of the watchtower. I'm sorry, Daly. This is a serious business. But I can help you know. As Chief Warder, you're responsible for overseeing the execution of 4, eh? Well, it seems the fellas at Scotland Yard want to have a few wee words with you about it. You'd better pack your things, laddie. You're to attend in person. As soon as he told me that, my mind just went completely blank. And the next thing I knew, The Professor, the most hated killer in our country's history. And I let him escape. I'm finished. My life is over.
Good job.
Order! Order! Bailiff! Fetch a doctor at once. Does anyone know what the hell song that I just played there? I went to a different Zelda game. Court is adjourned for today with immediate effect.
So, with Mr. Vigil's collapse, proceedings came to an abrupt end for the day.
No.
Once again overshadowed by the legacy of that notorious killer, appearing like a cursed ghost ship on a foggy ocean.
It was me trying to do the, what's it called? The wind direction changing thing in Wind Waker. What is that song called? You hear it a lot in that game. Oh, Wind's Requiem. Can I play it on this site? I can't. I basically always hear it first, then it repeats again after, right? Oh look, I have a video of it. Here it is. This is what I was trying to do. Oh, I messed up the last note. No wonder you guys were confused. It was oh. I went oh. I think is that a different song I just did? This is such a fucking tangent. This is such a fucking tangent, bro. What am I doing? What am I doing right now? Oh, did I do the Song of Passing? No. I don't know. ADHD, by the way. Look, okay, this is really important. What does the Song of Passing sound like? What did that sound like? Hold on. I did the Song of Passing! That's hilarious that that's lodged in my brain somewhere. I want to do a Wind Waker randomizer too. Okay, anyways.
Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Vigil, Kazuma, and Gregson. All of them bound by invisible chains anchored to the same wreckage in the murky depths of the past. But the miraculous light that had been trying to cut through the gloom and shine on those tragic events was playing on the edges of the truth at last.
To be continued. No. Save your current progressio. I remember, you know what I remember a lot though? My favorite Wind Waker tune was Ballad of Gales. I remember it sounding really cool to me. Yeah, this shit. Hold on. I really love this tune. That shit, I don't know why. I love teleporting just to hear that. Anyways. Anyways, let's go. Sholmes is sweet. Now you want to watch someone play Wind Waker? I really want to replay Wind Waker, and I've watched a randomizer for it, which means I should play it. But I also want to play Ocarina of Time randomizer. Still, I can't quite believe what just happened. I know, I inquired with the bailiff after the court session was adjourned. And it seems Mr. Vigil was taken to the hospital to recover. Right. Why not bot? Because, you know, botting is illegal. 10 years ago now. Mr. Vigil attempted to commit suicide by jumping out of the window of the prison governor's office. Oh, that's what that was supposed to signify? He broke through the window to try to kill himself? Oh. I get it. But ever since then, he's completely blocked the memory of those events from his mind. I didn't even follow the artistic vision of the game. Nobody knew his secret, not his family, not even the man himself. But I forced it out into the open. Was it wrong of me to do that? Did I overstep the mark, I wonder? Bruno! Oh, Iris. You were miles away. Anyway, I've brewed up a fresh pot of soothing tea for you. Oh, thank you. You and Susie have had an exhausting day so far, haven't you? Oh. Thank you, Iris. How thoughtful of you. Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is? When we came out of the courtroom back into the defendant's antechamber, he disappeared.
Thank you!
Oh, no, I don't know. He just suddenly sprang to his feet and left. All he said was, I must leave. I wonder if he's pursuing the mystery of Inspector Gregson's death. Well, you know what Hurley's always saying, don't you? There are many mysteries in this world that should perhaps never be solved. For the construction of a solution comes only at the expense of the destruction of something else. What does that mean? He knows very well that when you open someone else's old wounds, you often open your own too. But he can't just take his own advice and leave well alone. Solving mysteries is too important to him. That's so true. But that's what I like about Hurley, after all. I suppose that's a lot of a great detective in some ways. That's the lot? I didn't say that right, did I? So then, let's have tea, and then I'll give you a hand. Oh, do you have time, Iris? Yes, I finished this month's manuscript at last, but barely a day to spare before the deadline. Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. A brand new story to read in the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. You know, I always hide Hurley's violin in the days before I have a deadline. You too? Poor Mr. Sholmes. I'm sure that's very wise, Iris. How sensible of you. Now then, my dear fellows, let's make up a plan of action before we continue our investigation. We have a full group of 3 now? To walk around? Wait, is that true? Hold on. Nope, it's still just her. Damn it. So, how did it go in court this morning? Well, we still don't know the truth about what really happened, but one thing is increasingly clear. Lord Van Zieks definitely didn't do it. Oh, goody. Yes, that's right. He managed to uncover several new facts as well. Oh, really? And there was another development, too. Kazuma. He developed? Yes, it's quite clear now. But Kazuma-sama is not himself. The way he's acting, it's almost as if he's possessed. I know. I mean, at the end of the proceedings earlier, he was like a bloodhound the way he was chasing down Mr. Vigil's forgotten past. He's not normally so mercilessly persistent. What's going on in his head, I wonder? I really need to sit down with Kazuma and try to understand what he's going through. If Gregson was really murdered the day before his body was discovered, then Lord Van Zieks has to be innocent, you see. What? The day before? Well, that should be easy enough to work out, just by examining the corpse, surely. Yes, you would expect so, but curiously, no time of death was included in the autopsy report. That is curious. There are still unanswered questions about Lord Van Zieks, though, aren't there? Do you mean... I mean, what was he doing there on Fresno Street that day, in the first place? Well, according to the man's testimony, he said he was investigating Inspector Gregson, didn't he? It turns out that that little room was actually the inspector's secret office. Ooh, that sounds like... I'd rather put stuff in the freezer, but we're like, alright. Oh, that sounds like it has all the makings of a wonderfully devilish plot. But then, why was that notice board in there covered in all those particular papers? Papers about cases with a link to the Reaper. Why did I get a bad feeling about all this? Oh dear, that sounds more like something horribly devilish. We must start by looking into Inspector Gregson's movements of late. I still think Inspector Gregson's the actual Reaper, which is terrible. I never imagined I might have to be investigating an inspector's movements. Well, according to the entry in his diary, he was carrying out an incognito investigation of the Red-Headed League that day before his death. Oh, you mean he was doing the same as Hurley? Well, Mr. Sholmes was trying to apply, whereas the inspector was supposed to be investigating. I do wish it had been the other way around. Anyway, as it turns out, the inspector who went to investigate the Red-Headed League that day wasn't actually Gregson at all. It was Mr. Vigil, in possession of Gregson's identification. You know what that sounds like to me? Establishing an alibi. Oh my. Yes, you're absolutely right, Iris. But why would Gregson need an alibi? It would appear that the inspector had something to do with that he wished to keep secret. I don't believe it. I always thought he was just a harmless lover of fish and chips. But perhaps they were seasoned with something a little more potent than salt and vinegar. Wow. Couldn't you have been a bit more sensitive about that, dude? I think perhaps we should try to move away from food analogies. Well, anyway, if Lord Van Zieks felt the need to investigate Gregson... Yes, I agree. We must try to find out what he knows. Vigil, you say? Isn't that the name of the lady who came to visit Hurley yesterday? That's right, to ask Mr. Sholmes if he would help her to find her missing husband. Only Mr. Sholmes completely passed the buck to us. Actually, didn't you say that Mr. Vigil had been taken to the hospital? Do you know which one? Is it going to be the same one with the rat that's dead now? Ah, it's St. Sinner's, that is, right? I'm trying to wonder if all the other hospitals in London have closed down. Okay. That's amazing, Runo. You found the lady's husband already. Well, I suppose I have, by accident. And 10 years ago, while Mr. Vigil was the chief warder at the prison, he was responsible for overseeing the professor's incarceration. No. So when the convict escaped, he was held responsible and immediately dismissed. Sometimes I really don't want to grow up. There's more, for 10 years after that. While he was ostensibly working as a peddler, he also had another secret job. He was paid by Gregson to be a stand-in, to impersonate the inspector. To impersonate Gregsy? But why? I have absolutely no idea. Ginny was right. I'm starting to think all adults are up to no good now. Including you, Runo. I haven't paid anyone to impersonate me. That means he has ties to the professor and to the Inspector Gregson, though. So I do think we ought to pay a visit to Mr. Vigil, don't you? Back to St. Sinner's, then. Back to St. Sinner's, then. Well, I think it's clear what we need to do, isn't it? Let us investigate, my dear fellows. Oh, Iris. You're even more enthusiastic than usual today. If anyone has anything to hide, my special Wilson shooting iron will soon set them straight. That water pistol? It's stuff full of a piping hot extra special blend of mine, and I'm quite sure it'll be very effective. I'd better be careful not to hide anything. Is this the first time she's explained what her gun does, or am I just stupid? Well, it feels a little strange that Mr. Sholmes is nowhere to be seen, but still. Let's go see what we can find out. Yes. All right, it's adventure time, y'all. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. The rat's dead forever, guys. There's no one here. What? Bullshit. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Do I believe it? Ah, look, a pair of crutches. Before we came to Britain, I hadn't realized they were used here as well. I imagine they were imported into Japan from Great Britain in the first place. Oh, so no one in all of Japan broke a leg before their arrival? Anyway. Okay. Anyway, the sight of these things doesn't bring back good memories for me. Oh dear, did you injure yourself once and need to use some? When I was little, I thought they looked fun, so I borrowed a pair to play with. But then I slipped and then sprained my ankle. I see. They contain. Wait, he was playing with crutches so much that he had to use them after? They contain powerful magic, those wooden staffs. The power to heal, and the power to harm. I think a certain cheeky little boy managed to cause the harm all by himself. I think there's nothing here. That's great, I guess. There's nothing here. I'm leaving. No, 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 no. These guys are still here? None, 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 none. I don't want to be here. Let's go to prison. Maybe Van Zieks wants to talk. He's reading a book now. He's always reading something, isn't he? Lord Van Zieks is reading, look. He doesn't seem like he wants visitors, does he? But he must have noticed that we're here, surely. What do you Nipponese want? That's no way to greet the lawyer who's trying his hardest to prove your innocence, is it? Perhaps not. Hmm? I apologize. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Naruhodo? Lord Van Zieks speaking earnestly. Oh, the fog will lift over London for the first time in months tomorrow. It does feel very, very strange. Damn, you're back? Here's what you missed, Taco. Here's what you missed, Taco. I came here because no one else wanted to talk to me anywhere else I went. And he was like, what do you Nipponese want? And I was like, that's no way to greet the lawyer who's trying his hardest to prove your innocence, is it? And then he literally went, perhaps not. I apologize. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Naruhodo? He just apologized, man. What the I must say, I was impressed. Oh, well, thank you. Not by you, by your fellow Nipponese, your prosecutor friend. Oh, I see, yes. It's sardonic, don't you think? For a man such as me, so loathing of the Nipponese, to be entirely at the mercy of the two of you. Oh, he actually mentioned that! The thing that Pikachu mentioned. I suppose it's retribution for having played the part of the Reaper all these years. Played the part? You once told me that you gladly allowed people to believe that you were the Reaper, because it helped reduce the amount of serious crime that took place in London. If keeping quiet and playing the part benefits the cause, a cause I myself am committed to pursuing, then why would I choose to say anything? But the henchman of the criminal killed by the Reaper attacked you only the other day, and that was just the most recent of many attempts on your life, wasn't it? Someone is clearly profiting from your silence about all this. Someone is using you. Believe me, ever since the Reaper first appeared, I've been doing my utmost to expose him. Or rather, expose the organization. Ah, it's a whole organization. It's inconceivable that all those accidents were orchestrated by one man. No, the Reaper always appears to have a very accurate information about the accused in each case, which can only mean that someone at Scotland Yard is involved. Someone at... You can't mean... It's taken me many years, but I finally identified the central figure in this Reaper organization. Tobias Gregson. No. No! Gregson? The Reaper? See, I mentioned this, but now that they've mentioned it so quickly and candidly, I feel like it's actually a debate. I don't know, though. I feel like it was too quick. Dun, 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 dun. So, the reason you were investigating Inspector Gregson is because you intend to expose him as the Reaper. As I said, the Reaper of the Bailey is no single person. It's a highly secret organization with close ties to the Scotland Yard. But there's no doubt that Gregson was a key member of that organization. I don't believe it. Are you saying that he was behind all those awful criminals meeting there? Gregson didn't do the dirty work himself. Oh. He was a tactician. His job was to covertly investigate the marks and plot their assassinations. In order to do that without arousing suspicion, he regularly needed a firm alibi. Is that nice, no lifing my streams? You enjoy hanging out here, right? Of course it's nice. Which is where Mr. Vigil came in, posing as the inspector. Yeah, shut up. Vigil knows nothing of the Reaper. But the room he rent on Fresno Street was almost certainly the headquarters of the operation. Gregson would have met the assassin there for the briefings. So we don't actually know who carried out the killings, then. Actually, I do have a name. You what? Well, if you can name the man, you have the true identity of the Reaper already, then. Or, if I can name the woman. She's a young woman by the name of Asa Shin. Who? Who's that again? Why is Shin familiar? Why is Shin familiar? I know I've seen Shin before. I made a joke about it. I know I made a Shin joke. Ashashina? Oh, okay, I guess I'll figure it out. Oh, yeah! Wait, Miss Assassin? Her name is Assassin! I missed that? I know Pikachu probably already knew that, and I fucking missed that? I'm so stupid? Oh wait, Pikachu didn't know that? Oh, so it was just a Miss Assassin's name is that real name is Miss Assassin. Assassin. I'm upset. I'm upset. The true name of the terrifying killer I only know too well. Here's what I'm confused about. Why is Remember Me named Remember Me? Is she going to come back and be like, remember me? She came to Japan posed as a visiting student and murdered Dr. John H. Wilson. And then, just when it seemed that diplomatic protection would help her escape Japan and conviction, the mysterious woman was herself murdered in a small summer beach hut. Oh yeah, it was just A Shin. Oh, so we only knew A Shin. I was like, you did this? But her actual name was just revealed right now as Assassin. Assassin? Assassin. And that woman was actually the Reaper of the Bailey? Miss Naruto, this perhaps isn't the place to discuss. No, of course not. We can't mention it here. The fact that she killed Dr. John H. Wilson. Bro, just fucking tell her, man! Because Iris doesn't know, and it's very likely that the man was her father. Assassin. I shall let father know at once. Look at her cute little innocent smile. She's like... That wasn't a good smile. Yes, I agree. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Anyway. Prosecutor Asogi. You know what, guys? Just ignore the fact that I did that. I'm sorry. I'm tired, okay? Kazuma, isn't it? Kazuma Asogi. You say he's a friend of yours. My best friend. He's the whole reason I got to come to Britain. It was all on his merits. I have nothing but respect for him. Yes, I understand that only the very best students are selected for such opportunities. And I had a fine demonstration of how sharp he is in the proceedings earlier today. He missed nothing. In fact, his flawless performance very much reminded me of his father. Genshin Impact, the professor. It's true that the aristocracy at the time was the root of numerous grave societal problems. They were abusing their power, playing with the common man as pawns in politics, in economics, in war. In many ways, Impact was carving out a canker from the society that we British couldn't deal with ourselves. I see. But that's precisely why it makes no sense. Clint Van Zieks was a noble and upstanding man. He wasn't corrupt. Then why did that damn Nipponese have to go and take my brother's life? Oh, I know what's gonna happen here. We're gonna reveal that your dead brother was actually an asshole, aren't we? Damn. Feels bad, man. In spite of having once saved mine. He saved your life? How did that happen? It's this song again. It's a song whenever he talks about his past. It's Van Ziek's past song. It was 10 years ago, on a foggy night. What was to be the professor's final strike had left a wave of panic throughout the capital. So Clint Van Zieks had already been killed at this point, then. Genshin and I were walking down some back streets at a late hour. Of course, at that point, I had no idea of the true nature of the man at my side.
Remember.
All of a sudden. This sounds a lot like a certain case in the first game. A foggy night hanging out with some dude? That's important? Did you get accused of murder back then or something, man? Don't make a peep, you're coming with us! We were surrounded. All of our assailants were armed with pistols, their faces obscured by scarves. Clint was not only from noble heritage, he was a brilliant prosecutor as well. The scum of London hated the sight of him, and they had no sympathy for his younger brother either. I'd been targeted several times before already. Yeah, it's Van Zieks, all right. We've got him! I could hear them murmuring amongst themselves. I knew they were after me. And just when I thought my time had come, if I let them kill you, Clint would never forgive me. It was Asogi's voice, just a whisper in my ear. After that, I don't remember exactly what happened. The next thing I knew, there was silence all around. Genshin lay on the cobbled street. Blood was seeping from his left hand. He'd shielded me. Two days later, they arrested him, on suspicion of being London's most notorious mass murderer ever, the Professor. How awful for you. All at once, I lost the brother I revered, and the foreign friend I held in such high regard. I'm so sorry, Lord Van Zieks. That's the end of my miserable tale. I never thought I'd recount it to anyone. Well, thank you for confiding in me, and this little girl, and this other little girl. The Professor, the Reaper, and Inspector Gregson. I wonder just how intimately related they all are. I still can't quite believe that Gregson was essentially the Reaper, giving assassination orders to Giselle Brett. Miss Naruhodo, let's go and inform my father. I'm sure our government will want to hear about this new information. Oh, that means I get to meet your daddy, Susie. Hooray! Yes, all right. We'll head back to the Great Waterloo Hotel then. Dun 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 dun. I thought it yesterday and I think it again today. This place is so princely. It's a wild guess, but I have a feeling you'll think the same tomorrow too. My tea has a finer fragrance than whatever they're serving in the tea room here, though, wouldn't you say? Ah, look who we have here. This is an unexpected pleasure. Ah, Father! Oh, it's this your daddy, Susie? How lovely! Uh-oh. Wouldn't he recognize her? This is actually kind of curious now. Or at least once they know the name. What a charming young lady, and you are? Ah, really? So you're the author of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, are you? That's me, Iris Wilson, at your service, sir. Susie's been such a wonderful friend to me all over the last year, you know. Well, Miss Wilson, I must say I read your work regularly and with much interest. Iris actually lives with Mr. Sholmes, you know, Father. Is that so? Well, perhaps that goes some way to explaining that bright look in your eyes. Hee hee. You wouldn't be smiling so airily if you knew just how bright she is, believe me. Now then, young Naruhodo, it was a pleasure to see you in action earlier. As an invitee of the symposium, I was allowed to observe from the gallery, after I twisted some arms, and I must say, it was truly exemplary performance. Oh, well, thank you very much, although I'm fairly sure you omitted the bicosma on the end there. No, please don't misunderstand. It was you who impressed me. Really. You didn't miss a step against the Sogi, and we all know how capable he is. Really, to have matured into such a fine defense lawyer in less than a year is quite extraordinary. Yeah, I thought shit would have been revealed here too, but he was like, oh, okay! And these two eyes, these eyeballs in the background are still staring at us. It's very kind of you to say so. And really nice to hear. What I saw in court today confirmed what I'd been hoping for. The favor I mentioned yesterday, Naruhodo. I trust you haven't forgotten. Oh, no, you did mention something, didn't you? But first, we have something to report, Father. Of course. Shall we take tea while we discuss matters further? I wonder where Judge Jigoku has got to. You don't see the eyes? I mean, I could show you, but I don't know if you want to see them. But basically, these are the whites of the eyes, and these are the irises, or like the pupils. And this is the white of the eye and pupil, and they're looking both ways. And it kind of looks like they're peeking over the corner. I don't know. That's what I keep seeing. It's like googly eyes peeking around the corner. About the Reaper. Father, do you know about the so-called Reaper of the Bailey? I've heard rumors. Some members of the judiciary explained it all to me yesterday. Of course, when I was a visiting student here in London, the Reaper was yet to emerge. Right, he didn't appear until after that case when the visiting students had already returned home. These don't look like eyes to you? That's fair. They just keep messing with my peripheral vision. Lord Van Zeeks, who was in the dock that today. That was Barak, the younger brother of Clint Van Zeeks, I believe. That's right. And he's known throughout London as the Reaper, as you've heard. But the truth is, it wasn't him behind all of those mysterious deaths. It was somebody else. I see. So what you're saying is there's been a professional killer at work here? Exactly. Someone by the name of Assassin, in fact. I beg your pardon. Did you just say Assassin? You mean that Giselle Brett woman who was responsible for killing my great friend? Oh no, a friend of yours was killed? Professor Mikotoba, I think perhaps we shouldn't discuss this right now. Because the friend the professor is talking about is Dr. John H. Wilson. Bro, stop cucking him! It's not something we want Iris to find out about. Not like this, anyway. Then when? Then like what? When do you want to possibly reveal it to her? There's no good way to reveal it to her. Okay? In fact, it gets worse the longer you wait. Okay? It makes it much worse because you keep hearing her talk about it and she knows you're listening to her, and then she's gonna know in hindsight that you've been fucking just ignoring the fact and hiding it from her this whole time for no reason. And giving her false hope. For months. A year even. God damn it, man. I really, really, really hate that trope of people being like, oh no, we better not tell them because it'll hurt them. I hate that so much, man, as a plot point. It's so annoying. I've just remembered something. Biscuits. This hotel has the most delicious looking biscuits. That was a rather out of the blue. She's doing this deliberately. Yeah, she's trying to get Iris away. I think I'll go and see if I can purchase some. I wonder, would you like to come too, Iris? Oh yes. You just try to leave me behind. So that young girl is called Iris Wilson, is she? Yes, that's right. And she's the author of all those adventure stories starring the great Detective Sholmes. But the name of credited author isn't Iris, is it? It's Dr. John H. Wilson. Yes, I know. That's the name of her father, you see? Her father. Dr. John H. Wilson. I was deeply indebted to the man for all the kindness he'd shown me during his time in London. During my time in London, that's why I was keen to reciprocate and invite him to the Imperial Yume University 4 years ago. But he was murdered last year by Giselle Brett. Why? Why would the hand of the Reaper stretch all the way to Japan? Iris knows nothing about that case, but it seems very likely that the victim, Dr. Wilson, was her father. Well, I can't say that we ever spoke about his family, so I don't know if he had a daughter or not. But I think I can say with some certainty that he was never the great detective's partner. So it could have been another Dr. Wilson, you think? Well, John and Wilson are both common names, after all. Still, it's probably best not to mention this to the young lady until we can be sure. Are they really going to give us that plot twist? Are they going to give us a plot twist that it's a different John H. Wilson? That's what we thought, yes. We're back with cinnamon biscuits. Oh, they smell delicious, Iris. I think cinnamon will go very well with the tea they serve here, don't you, Susie? Yes, I'm sure you're right, Iris. Judge Goku! I haven't seen Judge Goku for a while, have you? Guilty! But that guilty is still ringing in my ears. No, now that you mention it, I haven't seen him since the morning either. I suppose since the symposium's opening has been postponed, he'll have gone to explore the great exhibition. That reminds me of something you mentioned yesterday. About Judge Jigoku having once been in the docks himself. Ah yes, it was all tied up with that accursed trial. The closed trial of Kazuma's father. Seishiro was trying to mitigate Genshin's guilt, so we took her to the stand to testify. But he got a little carried away and, actually managed to break the witness stand. Oh my! He also said some contemptuous words about the British Empire, for which he was charged. Oh dear, although it's worryingly easy to imagine him doing that. Well, it was all right in the end. He was acquitted and we returned home to Japan together. Thank goodness. Ah yes, talking of Seishiro. have a copy of the photograph we all took together here yesterday. Please. Oh, what a lovely picture. It certainly seems to shout we've arrived in Britain. This is going to be a really important picture for some reason. None of us had any idea what was coming when we took that, did we? No. No, that's so true. No. So, you mentioned a favor that you'd like to ask me. Well, this fateful trial that you're fighting. Oh yeah, this is the thing that he said he had to talk to me about. He never did. One way or another, it will be over before long. And when it is, I'd like you to accompany me back to Japan. You want me to do... What? Father? What's the meaning of this? Dude, whenever she gets all sassy, angry like this is great. Now, Susato, you should understand. You've seen how our courts work firsthand. Japan's judicial system is at its infancy, especially when it comes to defense. Oh, you mean the Supreme Court of Judicature is in desperate need of a good defense lawyer as soon as possible. Really quite urgently, in fact. But I've not even been in London a year yet. I've read all of Susato's reports. I'm well aware of your extraordinary talents. And having seen you in action with my own eyes earlier today, there's no question. You, Naruhodo, are precisely the man our country needs. So, you'd be leaving then, Bruno? But then, what am I supposed to do, Father? You came here to serve as Asogi's judicial assistant. Oh yes, she's supposed to be Kazuma's assistant. Our government is still in the process of deciding how best to deal with the situation, though. You've always chosen your own path, Susato, and I trust your judgment. In this matter also. Father? Please, the pair of you, don't look so downcast. It's merely a suggestion, you do understand, I hope, if I'm honest, but I won't force you. All I ask is that you consider it, and come to a decision by the time this trial concludes. This is gonna be big. Yes, all right. You won't leave, will you, Bruno? Damn! Well, that had even crossed my mind. Up until now, I've just been trying to do what I believe to be Kazuma's will. But it turns out that he's still alive, so... Where does that leave me? Well, if you excuse me now, I need to telegram government ministers and the Japanese police with this information about Asashin. Of course, Father. Consider it! Consider yourself finished. Thank you. I look forward to next month's installment, Miss Wilson. Oh good, and please do come to Baker Street sometime, won't you? We'd love to entertain you. I would be delighted. The best of luck for tomorrow, Naruhodo. And... give my suggestion your full consideration, won't you? Yes, I will. Going back home. I just don't know where they can take the story at the moment, man. I'm so curious. You know, Kazuma-sama has always meant a great deal to my father. I'm sure he'd love the chance to meet with him and talk to him about all of this. Yes, no doubt. Asashin, of course, it's so obvious. How could I have neglected to consider the possibility before now? Mr. Sholmes? Hurley, where have you been? Why, I joined you all for tea, of course. What an extraordinary question. I didn't notice you at all. No matter, no matter. Anyway, to more pressing concerns. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes? I must dispatch a telegram to your country at once. It is a matter of much urgency. To Japan, you mean? Tell me, to whom can I entrust the task? Quickly now. Who? Well... my father has just now left to send a telegram to the Imperial Police Bureau of Japan himself. I see. Well, he looked reliable enough for a bearded fellow. I don't think what father's sports could be considered a beard, Mr. Sholmes. There's not a moment to lose. I kindly ask your trusty unshaven father to see this ascent. I will, but what is it? No questions at this time, if you please, Mr. Sato. All we can do is pray. But for once, my deduction is a re. Does that imply your deductions are normally correct, Mr. Sholmes? Which isn't exactly... Now then! You may be surprised to learn that I am a very busy man. I certainly have no time to hide behind settees and eavesdrop on other people's conversations. So that's what joining us for tea meant. I leave the sending of this in your hands, then, my dear fellows. Ah, wait a minute, Mr. Sholmes. He just sort of ran off, didn't he? At quite a pace. And left the unpaid bill for his tea behind, too. I must catch up with Father at the telegraph office at once. And I'll run and call us a cab. Straight away. And there was me thinking everyone would be clamoring to play... Now it's clamoring! To pay Mr. Sholmes' bill. Wow, I'm learning so many different words. You see, I thought clamoring and clambering was the same thing. It'd be like clambering to... I don't know, guys. Okay, I don't know. I'm hoping this guy's awake now, or like existent in any way, shape, or form. This is the ward where Mr. Vigil was brought, apparently. To be frank, I'm a little worried about seeing him again. Ah, the lawyer. Hello again. Are you feeling better now, Mr. Vigil? Yes, thank you. Somewhat better. I'm so sorry to have caused you to... I mean, it was because of me. If I hadn't exposed your secret and forced you to remember things you'd obviously tried to forget. The prosecutor was here until a few moments ago, too. You just missed him. Oh, Kazuma beat us to it. He said much the same as you. He was very apologetic. But the truth is, I brought all this upon myself. Please don't think like that. Keeping it from Evie, my wife, all these years I've carried such a sense of guilt. But that's not the worst of it. Over time, I obviously came to deceive myself as well. You mean about your dismissal? Looking back now, I'm beginning to think that perhaps Inspector Gregson didn't stumble across me by accident at all. I mean, he compensated me so generously for acting as a stand-in. He was clearly concerned for my well-being and doing what he could to help. So perhaps Gregson knew exactly what had become of Mr. Vigil all along then. I'm sure this is just desserts for 10 years of lies and deception, but... It wasn't me that helped the professor escape 10 years ago. It wasn't me. I swear it. I swear it's true. Oh, Mr. Vigil. I'm sure you'd rather not dredge up even more from your past at this time, but if possible, could you tell us exactly what really happened? This guy is so done with this shit. I want to. I need to get all this off my chest. I just want someone to tell me what I should have done. Gregson's request. Inspector Gregson was obviously engaged in a special operation of sorts. He was investigating something even Scotland Yard couldn't know about. Details of the Reaper's marks, yes. It was when he had to carry out those investigations. I would take his identification and impersonate him. He'd pretend to be the inspector and carry out an investigation on his behalf. Oh no, never! A common street peddler couldn't possibly carry out a proper police investigation. all I would do is go to a specified location and make a little hoo-ha. Just something to leave an impression, so everyone there would think a detective called Gregson was here. So, that's what you were doing on that day prior to the incident? Yes, he asked me to make an appearance at the park on Lime Street for the Red-Headed League event. So, as usual, I flashed the inspector's identification around and was very vocal about my presence. But then you were taken prisoner by those red-headed fraudsters. Yes. So, you would always make a point of showing Gregson's identification and generally being loud. That's what the inspector asked me to do. Yes. Well, that's one way of becoming a legendary detective, I suppose. Not a good one, though. And as you know, I suffered this bruising around my neck at their hands. But the following day they kept their word and released me, without returning the inspector's identification to you, however. We had arranged to meet in Fresno Street room at 5 that day so I could report back to the inspector. But at the agreed time, that's when I heard the gunshot. It was at midnight on the 17th of June 10 years ago. That was the time scheduled for the execution, but the professor's execution never actually took place, did it? Or rather, the execution itself must have been used to affect the plan of the escape. I hardly dare to imagine what a chilling plan it was. Barclay was renowned for being the highest security prison in the country. Everything that went in or out of that place was searched multiple times. But there was one notable exception. Or rather, one notable loophole. Something that was never questioned. I have a feeling I know what that loophole was now. The coffins into which the bodies of the executed convicts were placed, correct? Yes. Once the coroner had confirmed the deaths of the condemned victim, the body was taken in its coffin for immediate burial in Lowgate Cemetery just behind the prison. The chief warder first had to sign the necessary papers. And after that, no member of staff was permitted to touch the coffin containing the body again. When the executions took place, only the executioner and the coroner were permitted inside the chamber. I would wait in the adjacent room for word that the condemned victim was dead. On that occasion, once I had that confirmation, I went into the mortuary to find a lone coffin as usual. The procedure was that I would sign the paperwork, having checked the coffin, and then nail it shut. But for some reason that day, the coffin was already nailed shut. No. I didn't think anything of it at the time. I assumed that my deputy might have checked the coffin and nailed it shut before I arrived. So you mean the coffin contained... Yes, I can only imagine that Asogi, having escaped his execution somehow, was alive inside the coffin. The coffin was then taken out through the main gates and deposited in Lowgate Cemetery. Presumably there wouldn't have been enough air inside to breathe for long, so in the early hours following the burial, somebody dug up the coffin again to set Genshin free. But in the end, he was fatally shot in the graveyard anyway. What on earth really happened in Lowgate Cemetery that night, I wonder? There's so many questions. I'm afraid I really don't know. All I can say with certainty are two things. Asogi couldn't possibly have escaped that way without help from somebody working in the prison. And that somebody was not me. This is getting real complex. Obviously you knew the man then. The professor, I mean. Genshin Impact. Yes, I remember him well, in fact. Would you mind telling us what you know? Well, having been condemned to death as he was, any contact I had with the man was short, obviously. After that trial, which was carried out behind closed doors, attended only by the elite members of the judiciary, they called for his execution to be carried out at the earliest possible opportunity. The outcome of the trial was set from the beginning, wasn't it? It was a time of delicate diplomacy, when Britain and Japan were in the process of signing an important treaty. That meant that this potentially destabilizing case had to be dealt with swiftly and discreetly. The man had less than a week in total. As I was the chief warder, I oversaw his short stay in the cells until his final hour. I remember being struck deeply. by his noble character and incredible resilience. What do you mean exactly? He was a killer of many men, but he was always quiet and polite. He was a gentleman and a man of intellect. In fact, I couldn't bring myself to believe what he'd done, so I asked him one day. Those 5 members of the aristocracy whose lives were taken, were you really responsible? I'm guilty of the unforgivable crime of ending another human life, yes. The following day, the closed trial took place, and the verdict was no surprise. Guilty. That night when he was brought back to his cell, I saw something unusual. Something unusual? What? The last will and testament of Genshin Asogi. What was his will? As I said, it was on the night following his trial after he'd been found guilty. I was doing the rounds of the cells, and when I looked into Asogi's, I noticed that he seemed to have a sheet of paper in his hand. Ah, his last will and testament then, presumably. As soon as he noticed me, he hurriedly shoved it behind his back. But why did you find that so unusual? Isn't it normal for a man to pen a will when he knows his death is nigh? Yes, that's true, but there were special conditions to Asogi's incarceration, you see. What sort of conditions? Well, even though he was held in a cell designed for condemned inmates, he was allowed to keep his personal effects with him, with only one exception. Really, he was allowed his things. That is unusual, certainly. Of course, he'd been convicted of killing 5 members of the aristocracy, but at the time, he was a guest in our country from the Empire of Japan. The powers that be were determined that his final days shouldn't be needlessly uncomfortable. What was the exception that you mentioned to the personal effects he was allowed? His sword, maybe? That's the point. He wasn't permitted to have writing materials. Specifically, no pens or papers. So, he was prevented from leaving any written record of what had happened to him. Never mind. I guess the pen is mightier than the sword, I guess. Yes, that was the long and short of it. We have no idea where he obtained that paper. Any writing materials would have been confiscated from him upon his incarceration. So, as I said, he hid the paper behind his back and then he pleaded with me. What did you just hide behind your back? Please turn a blind eye. This is my lifeline. But you know it's against the rules. You're the only person who's seen if you just agree to keep quiet. Alright then, but what's on that paper? A last will and testament. This will is the only weapon I have left now. That sounds really important. How can a will be a weapon? So I decided to pretend I'd seen nothing, and I let him keep his will. But then later, it just seemed to vanish without a trace. What? What do you mean, it vanished? It would seem that isn't the end of the story of this mysterious will. I was the only person who saw Asogi's will, but somehow it disappeared. It was after Asogi's execution, which was actually an elaborate jailbreak. The warders gathered up Asogi's possessions that were in his cell. They were all to be sent back to his family home in Japan, you see. To poor Kazuma-sama. And you're saying that wasn't anywhere to be found among his personal effects. The will, I mean. That's right, though I didn't search through them myself, but Governor Cajun was livid. He was screaming, It can have disappeared completely. That doesn't quite make sense, though, does it? In what way? Well, we'd understood that only Mr. Vigil was aware of the will's existence. In which case, how did the prison governor know to look for it? Oh yes, you're right. I really don't know how he knew. But it certainly seemed as though he knew of the will's existence from the outset. Only he didn't refer to it as a will. What he said was... the Asogi Papers. Asogi Papers. I really can't tell you anything of the subsequent events. because, well, of what happened. Your dismissal and the way you blocked it all from your memory. I'd forgotten all this until today. I don't suppose it's relevant to the case, though. Well, anyway, thank you very much for sharing it with us, Mr. Vigil. We're very grateful. I'm afraid there's really little more I can tell you. My wife Evie will be here shortly, so I do hope I don't appear rude, but the impact papers, you're right. No, not at all. Thank you again. But what will become of you now? Well, impersonating a police officer is a criminal offense, of course. I imagine that once I'm fully recovered, I shall be arrested. I'm so sorry. Don't be, please. This is all my own doing. I always knew that this day would come. Well, I wish you well. Goodbye, Mr. Vigil. Ah! Before you go, there's just one thing. Oh, yes? What is it? The Asogi papers. I'd be very grateful if you'd make no mention of the things I told you about them. Presumably for some good reason. It's my understanding that their very existence is a closely guarded secret. If it became known that I'd remembered, well, it could be rather troublesome, I think. I understand. Yeah, the whistling is kind of like, yeah, I heard it this time myself. Some sort of will that Genshin Asogi penned just before his death, which the man himself claimed was his last weapon. I wonder. Perhaps it had something to do with his plan to escape. If there's anyone who might know more about a document that Cosmo's father left behind, it would be Mr. Vigil's governor. And we know precisely where we must go. Back to Barclay Prison. Alright, here's the thing. I'm honestly incredibly tired. And I think I should probably just stop here because I am like gonna barely process anything that's happening. I just kind of want to go through this entire thing. I know it's pretty early honestly for me to be ending, but I probably should end if I don't want to pass out or like not even understand what the hell I'm doing anymore. And you haven't processed shit for the past hour? Yeah, like I mean I've been processing, luckily enough. But I think I'm gonna save the Barclay Prison part for next week at this rate. Which sucks, I know. I kinda wish I would do more progress, but hey. Yeah, sorry for the sudden end. I'm honestly like, even when I was reading this last bit here, I was just like noticing how heavy my eyelids felt. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to probably stop here. You got food coma? I actually really want to go eat something too. I'm pretty hungry. Sorry for the sudden end. YouTube, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for cheating that one time, but I really did not know how to solve that part. No, not next week. I'm going away the week after. So next week is probably going to be my last week of streaming until I have to take a week off or so. It's the last week of December, so I'm still streaming next week. So yeah, I really don't think I'm going to be able to finish this game before I go on my vacation. That sucks. I'm like, should I do a just Ace Attorney all week schedule? It's hard to choose, man. I have the hardest time choosing. Oh wait, I forgot to end my fucking thing. YouTube, goodbye everybody. Goodbye YouTube.